No. 50 minutes, that's the time. No. 50 minutes, that's the time.
They are jogging from that end. We have the official in the middle of Jordan PIU, SCC ball, Tariq Lamte, Gideon Mensah, Caleb Iyenchi, MC, Jerome Opoku, Alexander Jeku, Joseph Pensel, These are the players who are joining up for the FIFA World Cup qualifier against the Eagles of Mali. God willing, tomorrow, other class also the same venue is only 7 p.m. Ghana time. We've seen Jerry Afi, we've seen Christopher Bambos, Jerome Opoku, Antoine Sinema, Ibrahim Osman. We've seen Jonas Ejiojote versus Sebo, Caleb Yanchi, Gideon Knight, this year against Jerry.
The pace high will be very, very difficult against Mali, and they're in a good shape. So, yeah, I'm looking forward for tomorrow.
Okay, colleagues, by way of information, we have some suspension ahead of tomorrow's game. Elisha is unavailable because of accumulated yellow cards, which is why Vito was drafted in. And Suleimana Ibrahim has also returned to Italy because of an injury he sustained before the game against Chad on Thursday. Now, time for your questions.
So, yeah, we had a lot of difficulties in shots. So one was also Derek. We didn't get the FIFA approval. To that point, we were hoping that we got it, and tomorrow we didn't get it. I'm hoping that it will come tomorrow morning. This is the status quo. And the rest, in general, we're always open for any kind of players who are from Ghanaian descent. I always say it's not about local players, it's not about players from outside or who are born in the diaspora. It's about quality, and we are looking for all kind of players. And at the end, I have to choose. Like I said, there were a lot of difficulties. Not only Derek, Thomas Partey was sick. Zico had to go for a medical check in Moscow. And we have other injuries, but it's not an excuse. We should have definitely at least when we lead won this game, and we have to do better.
Okay. My name is
so these statistics are of no use, especially when there are friendly games in between where we use all kind of players to test. So I don't think they are really usable in terms of, this coach did that and this coach did that, and I'm not afraid of anything, just God's, and so we will. I'm very, very sure we show a different face and we will win, and then the question will be not of use.
Let me go to the left side.
Once press conference regarding big respect for Brandon, but it's difficult if you come with a player, somebody will come with another player there. We have like around 50 players at the moment who are in a closer circle, and Brandon's surely one of them. But please, we can't speak about players who are not in the camp.
Okay. Yes, at the back.
My question was
is great on that job. We've been having conversations with FIFA on that front. Unfortunately, we did not tell FIFA when to approve certain decisions. It's not in our hands. They requested for documents. We made provision for all those documents to prove that he is a Ghanaian. And we sent it to FIFA, including his passport, his parents' approval. And that is what we are supposed to do. If we have not provided those documents, then we are at fault. But everything that is needed for an international switch, we made provision for those ones. And Cone is not the only player we have changed, who has switched nationality in recent times. There are countless of them. So we are just pushing until we cross that hurdle. But just as he said, we will wait and see what happens tomorrow.
The positive truth is nothing has changed. So we are 3 points. We were 3 points ahead the second, and this was the status quo. I know Comoros is playing at the moment, so they're leading. So it's getting closer. But for us, nothing has changed. We wanted to beat Mali at home, and this is what we're looking for tomorrow. And so it's the only positive thing about the Chad game is we still have it in our own hands, and we still can decide our own destiny. So we will put everything in this game tomorrow to win this game.
And let me give 2 chances here.
Yeah, like I said, the game is gone. There's nothing we can do about it. We have to learn as fast as possible. It's not always easy because if we see these late goals, there are always different people are involved. And some of those players are not there. And now this game, there were other people involved who are not there in the other game. So I can't blame it on the team as such, because it's not always the same players playing. But surely we have to do better. And like I said, we don't have time. We have to learn quick, very, very quick. And what I expect, at least if we don't have a good day, is to stop them from shooting at goals. And we have to do everything we can. And I told even before the Chad game, and my problem is in general, even when no matter who I speak to, all Ghanaians, before we played against Chad, don't worry, and the problem is if this kind of mentality, also from the media, was addressed was Chad, if this gets in a little bit, just 1% in the brain of a player, you have a big problem. So I urge people, we are not at the World Cup yet. We have to fight for this. We have to give our lives for this. We are not there yet. No way. And our opponents, they will do everything to stop us from going there. So it's game by game, no matter who. No underratings, nothing. Mali, I'm sure nobody will underrate them. Everybody knows they're good. So I'm not worried. So I know we will put everything in. But we have to be concentrated till the last minute. And I was a little bit restricted, to be honest. I know a lot of players were tired on the pitch. I was talking to Thomas in the halftime during the match. Charlie, how do you feel? Come on. And he said, I don't feel like I can bring intensity. He didn't train. He didn't eat. He had stomach problems, so I couldn't bring him. And Sulemana was injured, couldn't sprint, so I was a little bit restricted. And just maybe to bring in also my tactical thoughts. I know that Caleb she plays in midfield in Nordjylland. I could have switched him into the midfield and Tarek Lamte inside, but I was also worried because I know the coach. Sometimes when he's behind, he will put the tall central defenders up front and play the last, if there's extra time, to play just the long balls. And Tarek doesn't have that height, so I was a little bit worried and restricted what to do. And yeah, the goal came, and the whole team is in it. Me, myself as well. I'm the first to question myself. What could I have done? But like I just want to bring it into my thoughts. It was a very difficult decision. And at the end, we collected a goal, which I don't think we should have collected. We should collect because there were a lot of people who could have prevented the goal. Okay, the question is what? I don't.
Do you think tomorrow's game is an opportunity to invite him against
every game. And like I said, as long as we have it in our own hands, I'm very positive, and we have to still keep it in our own hands. And for this, we have to win tomorrow.
I'll pick the last one. Galali.
Never make. I can underline what you said, but I will never make statements about who will play or who not. It's not against you, but I don't want to want Mali to know who will play. So I will never make any statements about players who are playing and players who are not. And it's always also good to surprise the opponents. So that's why I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I mean, it's in general, we have different kind of leaders. It's important that our captain Jordan is there. It's aggressive. He has the experience also. This is what I need also from him because my voice, I don't know if you can hear, it's also now it's almost gone. But in the stadium, I can shout, they know him. They know him. So we need leaders on the pitch who can also push the players on the field, in each and every action, especially when the last minutes arrive. And so it's always good to have a lot of leaders, like Jordan, like Thomas, like Zico on the pitch. And I hope we have our last training and I'll make the decisions and we'll see who will play.
Okay, thank you so much, colleagues. The first 15 minutes of the
Good question and difficult answer. To be honest, losing I will never see as a success. I will be maybe proud of my team and I will give rewards and credits to the boys because probably they did everything what they could, but the opponent was stronger. It's always possible in football. You win and you lose. But if we lose tomorrow, I will be not a happy man. I will not see it as a success. I will be very disappointed, even if my team would have done everything what's in their capacity to do. I will be proud of them, but my heart as a coach is a coach who wants to win. My ambition as a coach is going to the World Cup. I qualified now for 3 AFCONs in a row, but I missed that World Cup. And the funny thing is, every time I started, I'm since 2008 national team coach in Africa and did a lot of countries. Every time I started the qualification and I did all the qualification till the end, I qualified. But many times I stepped in when, sorry, I say it, when the shit already happened. And I have to turn fortunes, but it's difficult to get the points what you lost back. Because if Mali had won against Ghana, and then Ghana had 3 points less, and we had 3 points more. So it would be a total different ranking. But if Ghana had won against Mali, I was probably not the coach of Mali because they would not have changed the coach. So everything has a reason. But tomorrow, as a coach, and I would be only happy with a win. But as a coach of my players, I will be proud always about them because I know they will do everything for the country, for the team, for the federation, for the people in Mali, to make them proud, and they will do everything to get the maximum here. Don't expect anything. It's not my demand to ask people, but I can only hope. Expecting and hoping is something different. I hope there will be a lot of Malians in the stadium, and I would say I hope I see a lot of green, yellow, red, but I guess I will see only green, yellow, red because both teams have the same color, sure, in the flag. But I hope we have a lot of fans to cheer for us, to hope for us. But even if the majority of the crowd will be Ghanaian, it makes no difference for us. We play for our country, for the 23 million people who are watching at home, for our government, for our federation, for ourselves, because we want to go to the World Cup and we know this is our last chance. But naturally, all support. Like yesterday, we arrived at the airport around just after midnight, 12:30. We had a small delay, and there was a lot of fans from our country with music and in the colors and dancing, and yeah, that's fantastic. It's huge respect. We are playing football for the fans, and when I played with Gambia in Mali, and there were about 45,000 people in the stadium cheering for their team, I said, wow, I want to coach this country in the future. And I played only from my 9 qualifiers with AFCON and World Cup. I had only 3 home matches. All the rest is away from home. And now again away from home. And the last 2, only 1 at home. So, but the 3 home matches we played at home, their support was crucial. And to have not only 11 on the pitch, but a lot of thousands in the stadium helps for sure the team. So we will do everything for the ones in the stadium. I don't demand anything from them. They can demand things from us. But I hope they help us to get a good result. The time schedule is a little bit different because after Gambia, I had a contract till August 2026, but was 5.5 years there, and felt that 2 AFCONs in a row was really a big achievement. I didn't see the opportunity to improve, and I discussed it with the federation, and they understood. I'm very honored to work 5.5 years for the Gambia, and the biggest honor I got is that I'm Gambian. And a lot of people talk about African coaches. I have a Gambian passport. I have a diplomatic Gambian passport. I got it from the head of state, and that was for me very emotional. But as a coach, I was looking forward to a new step. And around AFCON, there were 2 countries very interested in me, and that one of them was Cameroon, and the other one was Ghana. And I spoke around 4 hours, I think, in total with the Ghana Federation, with Kurt and Mark, the president and vice president. And I had a really good feeling, and I had a feeling also that they had a good feeling. But on the end, they decided for another coach, and that's football. I had to move on. At that time, there was no top team in Africa available. I chose to go to Asia for an interesting offer. But working there, I missed my continent. My African continent, and the moment Mali approached me for a financial, much less interesting deal than what I was earning in Asia, I had to ask my wife, am I allowed to go there? You can buy less shoes, but she agreed on it. And I went to Mali, and I'm very proud to be Malian coach, and I'm very proud about the achievements we got together. But it's true that at that moment, after AFCON, around AFCON, there were talks. I can't say if I close, that you have to ask the people, but I had a feeling I was close to the Black Star job. What do I think about the Black Stars? I think this is an amazing team. For more than 15 years, 17, 18 years, Ghana developed to one of the top teams in African football. in the 80s and 90s. We had Cameroons and Algerias. Nigeria came in the 90s up, and Ghana was the team really maybe together with Ivory Coast in the beginning of 2000. And actually the World Cup 2010 made them a real powerhouse, not only in Africa, but in world of football. And I think since that moment, Ghana always developed good players playing in top level teams. And this team, if you look to the quality selected by the current coach, Mr. Ado, it's really a top team. Players on the highest level in Europe, all top fit. Still a lot of players not selected. Mostly offensive. So much quality. You can say we focus on one, but then you miss 2-3 others who can score goals. Young players, but also one very experienced striker, maybe 2 very experienced strikers on high level. So it will be a very tough task. I have huge respect for the Ghanaian team. I believe really that they have everything, and it's shocking that they don't play AFCON, because a country like Ghana must become African champion in the near future with all this quality. But they are the big favorite tomorrow, and also the big favorite to go to the World Cup. It's up to us to do everything to stop them and to surprise them tomorrow and take the 3 points. But it's a very good team. 7 o'clock.
For your expectation for today's match?
Today's match, all of Ghana people have to play for the team because we have to qualify this time. These boys, if they want us to be happy, they have to score this match to give us Ghana people's winning bonus. Somebody will go to America, you go to US, you go to Pupuche. So all of Ghana people have to pray for the team so that we'll qualify and we'll qualify and we'll qualify and we'll qualify. Hey, whoa!
It's 3-0. Black Star will score 3-0. We are prepared to meet Mali today. So I know today match, Black Star will win 3-0. 3 against Mali.
By 3-0. Yeah. Thomas Partey, anytime goal scorer. That's
because of the previous game. I expect the Black Stars to turn up because this is a home game. So I expect them to win either 3-0 or 3-1.
Koda. Oh. He says that he expects that Ghana will win today's game.
Win 2-1. Definitely, Mali will score a goal. We need to be honest with ourselves. Definitely, we'll win a goal. 2-1. So that's what I'm expecting from Ghana. And then we urge our players to take their own responsibilities because as you can see, everyone has stopped whatever they are doing, come here to support because Black Star is our national team. So whether good or bad, we still love them. Thank you.
Hey, wait. Okay, let's go. I'm expecting Ghana to win 3-0. Yeah, that's my prediction.
It's my wish that Ghana wins, but honestly, it's not going to be an easy game, judging from the fact that the Malians are coming from winning 3-0 against Comoros, who defeated Ghana in the group, and so it will serve as an impetus to Mali. But I think that if the Ghanaian players are able to lift their game like we know them to do with their respective clubs in Europe, I'm sure that the tax is very Herculean but highly surmountable. Yes, we can do.
Predictions. Anyway, looking at the way our recent team has been, I think we are not that bad. We are doing well. For tonight, I'm predicting Ghana to win by 3-1. God bless Ghana.
I'm hoping by the end of the game, Ghana will beat Mali by 2-0, so that we can qualify for the 2026 World Cup.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I'm expecting Ghana to win 7 and 7-0, like 7-0, 7-0. 7-0. Ghana 7, Mali 0. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting today. Yeah.
And I think the Ghanaian team is currently training. So I didn't see it. I saw pictures of the pitch, and I'm not the kind of coach who talks about pitches and circumstances. The pitch is for both teams the same level. And 10 years ago, we played on different pitches, and 20 years ago, we played on different pitches. I'm going to tell you a secret. I played once with Gambia. My first game against with Gambia was against Algeria. Belmadi was the coach, Maris and everyone qualifier. And on purpose, I made the pitch minimal size. And on purpose, they were not allowed to cut the grass for a week. And we to play a draw against them. So it was a surprising result. Pitches have no influence. We have no influence on pitches. We play tomorrow on any pitch. And we will play a good game with our potential. So pitch will be fine. We here have proven the last week against Comoros, what is also a very good team. Comoros has really a lot of quality players and had 12 points and now even 15 points. That tells they are very good. So I have full confidence in the players who are here. And it's useless now to talk about the players who are not here. I said it already. Sure, we miss them. And for sure, it would be nice if I had more choice and they were available. But it would be not fair to only talk about them. My players who are here, I have full confidence that they can do tomorrow the job, and I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Mali had only 5 points in 4 matches, difficult start. So I knew it would be tough to catch up with Ghana, and Ghana was not performing well last year, but the last months they are doing very well. Great results in March, important great results. Maybe a small step back last weekend against Chad, but they are the favorite. Ghana is a top team, played the last 5 World Cups 4 times. Mali won the last time in a competitive match against Ghana in 2013. That's 12 years ago in AFCON. So it's a long time that we could beat Ghana. But tomorrow we are here for trying to make a miracle come true. We are here to play with confidence and try to surprise the 40,000 people in the stadium supporting their home team. We know it's tough because we miss a few top players. Yves Bissouma has an injury. He will be even the coming weeks not available. Bilal Touré, he was not available, striker from Besiktas right now, to the Aidara injury from Leipzig, and a few others who are missing. But I think we played last game against Comoros without these guys. A good game. 3-0 against Comoros is a good result. It gives us confidence. All the players are available who played against Comoros, so we are ready for the task. But it will be a tough one, and we need to do the job perfect, and we need a little bit luck, and then we could take points home. But tomorrow, Ghana is the big favorite. That's clear.
Thank you, coach. Thank you, coach.
Only in that game, he scored almost in every game he played under me. So he's a fantastic player. He's skillful. He has surprising dribbles. He can decide games with his actions, and he can score easy goals. He's the real original street football player who can do everything with a ball, who can surprise you, and who play football for fun. So we hope that he has tomorrow a similar day. I think he and Kamori Doumbia are the 2 people who the last 12 months, probably scored the most goals and were very deciding in a lot of games. So we hope he has a great day tomorrow, but we will not win with one player. It will be a performance of the whole team. We need focused in when we lose the ball. We need a lot of discipline, and we need the right actions, the right choices when we have the ball, and the determination in front of the goal. But Nene Dorgeles, he make his transfer to Fenerbahce, and I'm 100% sure that in Turkey they will love him. He will develop there more, because after Salzburg it's now a big step forward, and he will develop more to a very high respected player in Europe, and it's only good for us in the future.
Today's match, all of Ghana people have to pray for the team because we have to qualify.
Hello and welcome to GhanaWeb's live coverage of the ongoing 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Today, we welcome you to the Accra Sports Stadium where the Black Stars of Ghana will be taking on the Eagles of Mali. A lot is happening in Group I because currently Madagascar have beaten Chad by 3-1. So the group is finally shaping up, but there is something we are about to see at the Accra Sports Stadium. Don't forget that Mali are yet to beat Ghana in a competitive game since 2013. Also, the Atlas Lions of Morocco and the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia have booked their place to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We will begin here, we do all the analysis, we'll give you the build-up and also reactions from the Accra Sports Stadium. My name is Joel Eshen. Stick and stay with me for the next 40 minutes as we bring you a comprehensive match build-up to the big game at the Accra Sports Stadium. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, I'll introduce the guests and we start the discussions.
Official sign, let's say 0. Social handles, social 0. What a shit. What are they hiding? And this is for all. What are they hiding?
All right, so we're back in the studios of Ghana. We are streaming on Facebook at the GhanaWeb. We are streaming on YouTube at GhanaWeb TV, and then on our website www.ghanaweb.com. Wherever you are watching us from, I can see Kwame Anson says he is watching from Toronto, Canada. And so wherever you are watching us from, you can kindly join our live feed and post your predictions on the live feed. I'll be reading it for you. Once again, my name is Joel Eshen. Joining us from the far left, I have Jonathan, the sports Zlatan. Yes. If you go on X, on TikTok, yes, the #1 sports analyst, always making sure that investors will be cashing out. Jonathan, thanks for joining me.
I'm very happy to join you here. I know when you talk about investors cashing out, I know the listeners and people who are watching on GhanaWeb will be willing to get some tips. But we won't do it on our national team because we can't trust them.
All right, that is Jonathan. Now, next to Jonathan, I have Benjamin Saki, a member of the GhanaWeb Sports Desk. If you come here, the ladies call him Elder. Elder Benjamin, are you good?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yes, this evening, you are going to fortify us spiritually because we will need all the help we can get. Now, after Benjamin, the man full of confidence ahead of the game, Lawrence Krobia-Sante is a Ghana Premier League commentator last season. Those of you who are following the Ghana Premier League, I think that you had him on your screens a couple of times. Krobia, are we winning this game hands down?
There is no sureties in this game. I think it's going to be a very difficult one, very, very hard one to predict. But we will try our best to see the outcome. But we're hoping for the best. Yeah.
All right, we hope for the best. Now, let me run you through the game that was played some few minutes ago in our group. Chad took the lead in the game against Madagascar, but at the end of the day, Madagascar showed them that they are ready to go to the US. Ghanaians are not the only ones saying that Operation Poverty Alleviation Program. Madagascar say they also want to go to the World Cup. Let me start with you, Zlatan. Now, the group is shaping up. Are you confident, and based on the results we've seen from the Madagascar-Chad game, is it going to have an impact on tonight's game?
Yeah, I think based on the results, and if you look at the group standings at the moment, Ghana having 16 goals and then conceding 6 with 16 points. We are same level points with Madagascar at the moment now, with Comoros 15 and then Mali 12 there with 5 for Central African Republic, and then Chad, the national team that was able to get late points away from the Black Stars of Ghana, which our coach says that they are not a boogie side, that we can just trash them and move on. You look at the standings in the group, and then ahead of the game, there are lots at stake. This is not only about the bragging right. This is about football and what your national teams offer. I was very, keen on that history, the stack that you just said, that the Malians, are yet to beat us in a competitive game. They struggle very, very much against us. The last time we met, we were able to do that comeback against them, but with a different manager available at the helm of affairs for the Malian national team. If you look at their games ahead of this game, they won their previous game, putting them in pole position that they need a point to catch up with the Black Stars of Ghana. With what happened in Chad, the national team, I know the guys, this is what we want. Always the national team wants it to get very, very difficult, then we pull through. If you look at the former players who visited them today, the energy that we need in camp, the pressure on Coach Otuado, there's no excuse than to deliver. Because if playing against Chad was difficult, and he said that their pitch looks like concrete, today he'll be playing at the Santiago Bernabeu for the Ghanaians. That's their Accra Sports Stadium. I'll say that because our coach says Chad, their pitch was actually, it looks like concrete. So I think a big game will be expecting, a new energy and also some sense of urgency. These are the key things that the national team will need before we will beat the Malian side, based on performance and also form guide. They are way ahead of us. Recently, when they played against Eric Sekoshel, we saw what they did with their players they have on in Ivory Coast. So if they are to replicate same performance here in Ghana, I don't think we might qualify or even stand a chance against them at the Accra Sports Stadium. But being a Ghanaian and also looking at the statistics and also how they struggle against Ghana national teams, I think this will be a win for the senior national soccer team.
All right, so we're still waiting for the Ghana Football Association to release the lineup of the Black Stars. Now, let me bring you in. Benjamin, now Madagascar are on the same point with the Black Stars. Now, I'm sure that both teams have seen the results of the Madagascar game. Is it going to have an effect on how physical or maybe this particular game is going to be?
It's definitely going to have an effect. We don't have any excuse not to win this game. We've already had, how we struggled against Chad when we played against them. Coming into this Mali game, it's something that most Ghanaians have expressed concern as to the team's current form and whether they will be able to overcome the debacle that lies ahead in terms of defeating Mali. Mali are a very strong side. They've kept, I think, 8 clean sheets so far.
Yeah. They've kept 6 in their last 8.
Yes. 6 in their last 8, yeah. So it tells you that we have a lot to do. And if you look at the game we played against Chad, we were not able to create so much chances. But then the few that we got, we even struggle to bury them. If we repeat the same mistake in this game, then I think we might be in for a doomed result, which we pray it does not happen. We expect Coach Otuado to field the best and the strongest 11 for this game. Because if you win this game, then it gives us an upper hand in terms of qualification. Now Madagascar are leveled on points with us, 16 points. It means that we are going all out for this game. And I know the boys, they've psyched themselves up, that there is no need for us to draw, there's no need for us to, we can't drop a point. We need to get all the 3 points. And going into this game, I believe that we are going in with the mindset of winning. And if we are going in for the win, we should be cautious as well. We know how we were caught defensively when we played against Chad. Gideon Mensah, he was caught off guard a couple of times. And then Kalib Irenchi as well. I think the center back, we expect Jiku to come in. And when he comes in, he brings you that leadership that you were lacking against Chad. So I believe that this game, the Mali and Madagascar getting 16 points, leveled on points with us, I think it puts pressure on us. And we are going in with the mindset of winning and also making sure that we do our work defensively. It's very, very important because if we make this, if we repeat the mistakes that we made against Chad, we are going to be punished.
All right, Lawrence, are you surprised about the performances of Madagascar? Because after we dealt with them in March, I thought, like we've taken away their arsenals, but now they are back in the race and they are hunting us.
Well, I think Madagascar, they are one of the teams who did not also start the qualification on a very high note, but they've put themselves together in no time, and now they've also started grinding results. And you look at how they've been performing, winning games away from home, winning their home games, and how consistent they've been. I think that that's one positive thing for the Madagascans. And now they are also grinding the results. And now looking at their position on the league log, it clearly sends some message to the other competitors, being it Ghana, Mali, and the rest. So I think that Ghana should just stay focused ahead of this game, because the pressure that the Madagascans are carrying along is very dangerous. And if care is not taken, and they also have some games to play, they will be playing against Chad again. Yeah. And this is a Chad side that, aside Ghana, the rest of the teams are beating left, right, and center. So that is another point they will be aspiring to also grind. And I think it will help them fight for the first spot. If nothing at all, and they are not earning the automatic qualification, even a second place with a higher total points of numbers would also see them being in the playoff competition. So I think they are doing something so good. This is a national team that they've never been into the Mundial before, but they are having very good qualifiers that they are also aspiring to see themselves in the upcoming FIFA World Cup that will be held in US, Canada, Mexico, and of course, they've never let themselves down, and they are also making their intention known that they are also capable of qualifying for the upcoming World Cup.
All right, so I heard what Krobia and Zlatan and Benjamin had to say about the performance of Madagascar. Now, the lineup is in, so very soon you will get it on your screen, but I will be going through the lineup with you before I bring in the guys. Now, Benjamin Asari is keeping his position because, according to Otuado, he is still our safest pair of hands. Now, we have Caleb Urenti is playing, Jonathan Ajete is playing, Thomas Pate, Mohamed Salisu, Kwesi Sibo, Jordan Ayew, Antoine Semenyo, Gideon Mensah, Mohamed Kudus, and Alexander Jiku. Now, I'll take the guys, initial comment about this particular lineup. But I have a problem with the inclusion of Kwesi Sibo, not because of his performance and whether he can play or not. But I'm sure now all of you, you know where I'm coming from. But let me start with you, Benjamin. The lineup, I think that we did a probable lineup in the morning, and I think that the only person who is missing, I think Tariq Lamptey is missing, because we put in Tariq Lamptey ahead of Caleb. But what do you think about this particular lineup?
I think it's a very good one. There were calls after the game against Chad that some players' performances weren't impressive enough. Number one on the list was Inaku Williams. He had a couple of chances up front, but he was unable to produce the magic that he's noted for. I think his he being dropped to the bench is a good one. And then we also have Salih Summit. I think he was the player who was lambasted most on social media by Ghanaians and football fans and pundits who watched the game. He was very shambolic in midfield, and he allowed the Chad players to overtake us in terms of midfield action. I believe Thomas Partey inclusion is crucial for us. We needed that defensive protector for the defense. So he coming in the midfield, playing as a DM, we know his contribution to the defense. And then when it comes to offensively, he's able to give you some passes and even give you some shots that will be able to result in a goal. So I think Thomas Partey's inclusion is very key for us here as well. Mohamed Salisu also coming in, is, I think is okay, but then you raise some concerns.
Yes. When we'll talk about those, those concerns later.
I think with the first game, the players who failed to perform, and then the change that he's made, I don't have any problem with any of the inclusions that he's made. We hope that they'll be able to deliver.
All right, let me bring you Zlatan. When you look at this particular lineup, what do you think Otuado want from his players, considering the personnel he has amassed for this particular game?
So I want us to date back to the World Cup qualifiers we played for Qatar against Nigeria, even home here in Kumasi and also at the Moshood Abiola in Nigeria. When we went over there, Partey had that shot, that fine goal against their goalkeeper Francis Uzoho. We saw Otuado, getting formidable players in the midfield and also playing 5 back with 3 DMs. Why? He proved clearly that he is a manager who is always concerned about defending and not allowing his opponent to score. When we played against Chad, we expected that at least we have to trash them. A club that is ranked around 175 globally, playing against the Black Stars of Ghana. We went away to Chad and then Otuado decided to do what? Give us 2 DMs. All they know is break and pass. Laterals. They don't even win the ball. They don't do the dirty tackles you need from your DMs. They are just in there, I won't say occupying space. They just break and pass. That's Elisha Owusu and then Salih Summit. And today, we are playing against Mali. People will say we are playing on, a home game, so we need our intensity. We need a team that will prove that they have their arsenals, because other nations are afraid of us because we have most of the best players playing in Europe. And you look at the lineup, we have 5 defenders in it. Why? Because you can check the track record of Otuado that he's a manager who is always concerned about not conceding. The first priority of a manager, he chooses not to concede. Fine, that's his philosophy. But for the Black Stars, what we know is that our football will be good and solidified against opponents when our midfield is what? Clicking. But we have Jonas Ajete in the lineup. There's Mohamed Salisu in the lineup. And there's Alexander Jiku. How many centre backs? 3.
Yes.
So, and then Caleb Rinchi as a right back with Gideon Mensah as your left back there. 5 at the back. This is what we have to accept, that the manager we have, the coach the national team has, is not a coach who will be giving us stamping victories. He is a coach who is always going to keep it clean. Maybe a 1-goal margin, a 2-goal margin, and he's done. That's Otuado. He's concerned about not conceding. And in football, the moment you prioritize defending as the winning machine, the best way to win a game or even to attack is what? To keep the ball, possess the game. So when you have 5 players there, I know Caleb Rinchi has the ability and capability of running with the flanks, but for Gideon Mensah, Ghanaians are not happy with his performance, even at the left flank. There are questions about that. So if you're asking about the lineup, if you look at the 11 players on the pitch, we have players who are going to defend and defend and defend. The Kwasi Sibo we saw against Real Madrid for Real Oviedo, having a spectacular season last year, gaining promotion, is one fine player. And I was very happy when you asked that question. Ghanaians, we have to accept the fact that there are some key players that even at a glance you can point them that this guy needs to play in the national team. One is Kwasi Sibo. So ask yourself, why wasn't he called in the first place? Why? It got dirty against Chad, and now the nation now feels like we need him. He comes in from travels, 3 days into a game, 1 or 2 touches with the national team, and while we need the win the most, we are using a player who is yet to taste national team football. Not the player cannot do or he can't or whether he can. It's about knowing the teammates, knowing the team that he is going to play in. So we normally leave things to get dirty. We normally leave things to slide before we sit back and be like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. Imagine Kwasisibo giving misplaced passes today. Ghanaians will lambast him, and that's all. Kwasisibo will be killed from the national team. Meanwhile, he's a good player. Who caused it? The coach, those who handle the national team. So with the lineup we are seeing, we are just hoping for a clean game. We know with the lineup, 5 defenders in your game with 2 midfielders, and then our normal 3 at front. We are not expecting a thumping victory, not even against a national team that keeps clean sheets easily, like the Malians. So it will be a tough game and a difficult one. And if we are not going to press back, we are rather accepting that we are going to defend in our own backyard, then we have a very, very difficult task to complete today.
All right, Lawrence, let me bring you in. Per all indications, he's going for a back 3. 2 pivots again against a Mali team that they like to keep the ball. They hardly concede. And initially, I was given the stat that Mali, they've lost only 2 games since Tom Sintin took over. And these games were not official games. They lost in a friendly match to DR Congo and also Mauritania, a long goal. So it is very difficult to put 2 goals past this particular Mali team. The lineup you've seen, can we do the job?
Well, clearly, it shows that Coach Otoado is going into this game with a defensive mindset. And looking at, we are going to play a different Malian side, unlike the first game we went into Bamako and beat them. This is a clearly different side of Mali. Because we beat them when their legendary coach was at the helm of affairs. Sekou Shell was there, and post the exit of Sekou.
It was Eric
Sekou Shell.
Yes.
Eric Sekou Shell. And post the exit of him, Tom Fiat has taken over, and he has had a very good run in the AFCON qualifiers. They did not lose any single game. In fact, he conceded a single goal in the AFCON qualifiers, and that was his first game against Mozambique. From there, he's yet to concede a goal.
He drew that game 1-1.
Yes. And that is all. And now, he topped the group by conceding a single goal in the group. 10 goals, and he conceded just 1 in that particular group. Look, even in this group I that we find ourselves in, even though Mali failed to live up to the billing, because clearly when you look at the group, it is Ghana and Mali. But Mali did not start well because of how things were panning out under Eric Sekou Shell. Now, they've gotten the man, the exit, a new manager is in. And look at how they've started thriving and grinding results. And look, this is where I have my problem. They've been a very, very solid side. They've built a solid defensive side. Midfield, very combative. And they are also scoring as well. So they are scoring and also defending so well. So now, you look at Black Stars team. Now, we are going for a proper defensive method. Because it is not that we are going to play the Antonio Conte's 3-back system, that you have full-backs who are very efficient, creating the overloads in that midfield and also joining the attack, sending in decent crosses and accurates. That would you see a certain potent striker also getting his hands on the ball and putting the ball at the back of the net. We are falling short in this angle. So I don't know how we are going to break them down, but clearly it is a game that Otoado is going in to manage and at least, if nothing at all, secure a draw. And it will be very, very difficult for us. But we have a depth, we have quality players on the bench that in the second half, let's see if things goes well for him in the first 45 minutes. These players will be introduced and maybe we'll go out all along to pick all the 3 necessary points, because in terms of quality, even though the Malians also have their fair share of quality, they have their players who have been playing their trades in the Scandinavian countries, most of them. But I think that when it comes to the quality, Ghana, we have it apart the Malians. So it is only when these players will put themselves together, they will know the task ahead. Because in the game against Chad, after the first goal, they went off. They were just exchanging passes, having fun as if they've scored 3-4 goals already. So this is a game we are going in. We will need these players, full confidence. Momentum should be so high. The sense of urgency. We should fight for every ball. And this is what these guys supposed to also, show on the field of play. The coach has done his part by together with his video analysts, whatever other technical men. Having assessed the Malians team, they have come into conclusion of a formation that would help the team achieve the 3 points. So it is mainly down to the players, the main architects on the field, to also put up that fighting spirit. Because one thing that we are lacking as a country, especially when it comes to these Black Stars, this generation of our Black Stars, is the fighting spirit. We don't have it. That sense of urgency, we don't have it. We don't see that commitment. We don't see individual players killing their souls on the field of play to try and get the 3 points for Madagascar. So we will need this from these individual players. They've been getting the opportunity to start this game, and we will be expecting that they put up their A game in this one. Look, for Antoine Semenyo, this is another opportunity for him. In fact, he squandered 2 glorious moment opportunities against Chad. After that game,
it was a chance that
nothing seems working. 1-on-1, twice. So after that game, I think he will sit down, watch himself in that game, watch a bit highlights of himself, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, the chances that he had and couldn't bury them. He will say, wow, no. Because this is the moment Antoine Semenyo. He is currently one of our brightest spots in Europe. And the main job will also depend on our skipper, Jordan Ayew. He has been the most important player in these World Cup qualifiers.
Okay, so Lawrence, I'm coming. Now, for those of you asking for the lineup of the Black Stars, now the Mali lineup is also in. So I'll be running you through the Mali lineup. But this is the Black Stars lineup on your screen. Benjamin Asare is still in post. Caleb Jirenchi is there, please. I need the lineup back on the screen. Jonas Ajete, Thomas Partey, Mohamed Salisu, Kwesi Sibo, Jordan Ayew, Antoine Semenyo, Gideon Mensah, Mohamed Kudus, and Alexander Jiku. So we are going with the back three because Ajete, Salisu, and then Jiku will be at the back for the Black Stars of Ghana. So this is our lineup. Now to the lineup of Mali, I think that he made just a change to the team that played against Comoros because Sinayoko returns to the starting lineup. Hopefully he has some tricks up his sleeves that he wants to do. So we will project the Mali lineup too. But before we get that, guys, let me take you to Digiu Diarra will be the goalkeeper for the day, wearing the jersey number 16. Dante Amadou, you have Sekou Niakite, Lassana Koulibaly, Muhammad Kamara, Fodi Dwakori, Mamadou Fofana, Lassani Sinayoko, Kamori Dumbia, Salim Diakite, Aliou Dian. Yes, these are the men who will be leading the charge for the Eagles of Mali. Their head coach is called Tom Sintin. This man, he really loves Ghana.
Yeah, there's a history, there's a connection.
Yes, he would have loved to be the Black Stars of Ghana, to be the Black Stars of Ghana head coach. Now, 43 minutes past the hour 6, and in 17 minutes, will be crossing over to the Accra Sports Stadium for the live commentary. Now, guys, this is the question that I wanted to ask. Now, let me give this preamble for those watching. In March 2025, they just qualifiers. Now, let's state on record that tomorrow, Nigeria is playing against South Africa in Johannesburg. The point difference between the two, South Africa 16 points, Nigeria 10. Benin in the mess with 11 points. Now, South Africa's game against Lesotho, their midfielder, Tobo Mokoena, even though he was automatically suspended from the game due to accumulating of yellow cards, he was used in that game. So currently, Nigeria are fighting for South Africa to be deducted 3 points. Now, this is where it gets very tricky. If Nigeria wins the game tomorrow, I think that they will go hard on the protest. But this is our situation. And then yesterday, the communications director of the Ghana Football Association told us that as it stands now, and if there is any different information, I think that the best thing would have been to put it out, because yesterday they told us that Kwesi Sibo's nationality switch, it hasn't gone through. So, guys, are we setting ourselves for unnecessary drama and then court case? That's why I'm saying that a lot can happen from yesterday 5 p.m. to now. And it's after 6, so 24 hours. But as it stands now, we've not gotten any information from the Ghana Football Association that suggests that Kwesi Sibo's nationality switch has gone through.
But today he's in our lineup.
He's playing. That's why I gave the preamble that.
But what's going on between Nigeria and South Africa?
Yes, South Africa, if they win the game tomorrow, Nigeria will know that even if they did that 3 points,
it will be very difficult contention to go for the World Cup.
Yes, but if they lose the game tomorrow, they are in big trouble. Let us not forget that it's the same South Africa that referee J.O. Lamptey awarded a penalty against Senegal, and then FIFA decided to, overturn the scoreline. Are we setting ourselves for unnecessary drama?
I think for this, let's just have patience and pardon our leaders. And these are very astute, noble men managing the affairs of our football. Kurt Edwin Simeon Ekreku, who in no time ended the slot as the second vice to Patrice Motsepe, the CAF president. So he's earned a lot working with reputable members. I think that if there hasn't been any clearance with regards to Kwesi Sibo's nationality switch, there wouldn't be any way they would even call him in the first place. I think there has been that clearance from FIFA before they will proceed to this level of starting him in the game. And they know, and I wouldn't want to speak that much on this issue, because clearly it would be weird to have seen Kwesi Sibo is not done yet with his nationality switch, but now he's been given the opportunity to start with all these, the likes of Prosper Harrison, Ados, the Keto Krikus himself, knowing all this. I doubt. So we can only hope his nationality switch has gone through successfully, and they've received the clearance from FIFA's camp.
All right, let me bring you in, Benjamin.
As he said, the GFA, we have officials who have managed and who have been into football administration for quite some time. They've garnered a lot of experience. We just want to assume that they've gotten a clearance or a green light from FIFA to use him as a player, although we've not had official communication yet. But if that is not the case, and then after the game, we get to know there are issues with FIFA and then Ghana, then I believe that the person in charge or those in charge assigned to cater for the clearance from FIFA must be held responsible. because you can't breach a rule. I mean, glaring in your eyes that, okay, this is something that we need this to get it done. It's not that because you are in a desperate situation to grind out results, you end up fielding the player, and then later on, you bring a whole lot of issues. In our group, we are not safe. We are sitting on 30. Should we win and then this issue comes up, point deduction and all that, I don't think Ghanaians will forgive Ketopreku. He's already facing a lot of backlash with regards to how he's managing Ghana football, the Black Stars, to be precise. So we want to assume that the right things have been done, and then they've gotten the clearance to play Kwesi Sibo. But if that is not the case, and later on it brings a lot of issues, we will hold them accountable. Ghanaians will never forgive them. We are already, facing a very tricky situation here. So if we also bring in another issues, that complicates the whole qualification process. And I think it's something that they will be dealt with should something comes up later on.
Over 5,000 people have tuned in, currently watching our live feed. And so you can drop your prediction. Ghana against the Eagles of Mali. Zlatan, the warm-up is also what you are watching on your screen. You can see Kwesi Sibo, Jordan Ayew, leading the ship to the United States of America and then Canada. Yeah. Even if we end up in Mexico, we are okay. Definitely we will play one game or in here. The other in Canada. Yes, because definitely no group will play all their games in the yes. So nation. Whatever happens, we are going. We are going. But the player Kwesi Sibo, tell us about him, because we've complained about the break and pass from Salis, Baba Idrisu. What should Ghanaians expect from Kwesi Sibo?
We are talking about Kwesi Sibo and his attributes. Ghanaians actually highlighted him more after playing against Real Madrid. People started calling on him that the lineup for even our game against Chad and also the squad, he deserves a spot in there. But unfortunately, to God knows why, Otuado and then the managers of the Black Stars didn't call him. If you're talking about Kwesi Sibo ranking the best players, the best midfielders in the La Liga Santander 2 and the La Liga Santander B, I think that's the lesser division aside the La Liga Santander, where we have the Real Madrid and also the Barcelona. So they are Division 1 in Spain. If you want players who had most successful passes in the midfield, he was among the top 5, alongside Manu Sanchez for Levante. Even for Levante, that guy normally plays as a right back, but he had more long-range passes, with Kwesi Sibo in the midfield providing over 172 passes only from the midfield. And if you look at, some qualities, some best midfielders that we have in the world, one of the good attributes that they add to their team to spice their chances of, getting more attack and also creating for their players to score is their ability to, progress with the ball. Not what we've been seeing in the national team, what Ghanaians have been lamenting over, the Baba Idrisu, the Salis, the Elisha. That's their profile. But if you compare it to Kwesi Sibo, we will see a different style of play, hoping that he won't get, so much comfortable in the Black Star setup. He has to prove to us that what he does for Lorena Garcia's Oviedo, he can do it again. In terms of ball progression, he is very good moving forward and also walking with the ball, even through the lines. He reads very, very well. Aside that, his tackling ability, the ability to win the ball. Recently, when they played against Real Madrid, his heat map, he was the only player for Real Oviedo to cover more distances from the midfield to the defensive area. So that's why I said Otuado actually loves players who will defend so well. He's one guy who will go in with his skin, block with his body, with all the tackles against another defensive side. Against the Real Madrid side where they were attacking more, he proved to the world that he can even sustain the pressure in the midfield of Valverde and also Chouameni. So that's Kwesi Sibo for you. With all this, he's our midfielder, the only player today. In terms of Thomas Partey, we all know what he does in terms of scanning on the pitch and also reading in between the lines, providing some good passes. But Sibo adds that hard tackling. Partey hasn't been fit lately after issues off the pitch and also getting, another club to play in Spanish La Liga, that's Villarreal. He's yet to gel so well in that Villarreal side. He comes off from the bench. So Ghanaians shouldn't expect Partey to give you a 10/10 performance. This is where the question is. These are players who have good profiles. For Kwasi Sibo, a new entrant in the team, but we expect him to hit the ground running where we need it the most. So if you're talking about his profile, he's very good. He has proven to the world, but I still have questions. Whenever we have new players who are very good, and then they come in, they normally come in where we need the do or die affair. It is either you win or you go home. You go hard or you go home. That's where we bring in these new players. When we needed the guy from Nations FC, the centre back, so well. In our previous qualifier, Razak Simpson, we brought him in and Ghanaians were like, no, this guy deserves the spot. In our next game, he played and there were some mistakes and Ghanaians were like, nah, say, crown to me here. The issue here is they don't come in where we have some easier fixtures to assess them well, to see that communication, that cohesion between two teammates. They come in when the team is on the decline. They get the call up when the national team is failing. Kwasi Sibo just played La Liga game. After 2 days, there was a national team call up. He's not in there. After playing against Chad and then we have the shambolic performance, we now fall on who? Kwasi Sibo. He comes in. I don't think he has even had some talks with these players yet to train with them back to back. After 2 or 3 training sessions, now the hopes of Ghanaians all lies in the hands of who? Kwasi Sibo in the midfield to do all the dirty work against a Stanford side, a Malian side where they've played back-to-back games. They know themselves so well. So for the national team, it will take difficult players who have that big personality to perform. You can be very good, but when you are fielded on the field to play for the Black Stars of Ghana, there are issues even off the field that if you are not you don't have that huge personality, if you're not someone who can absorb the negativity and then play your heart out, it will be very difficult to channel good results for the national team. So I'll be expecting a good game from him. He has to prove his worth to the national team. It will be very tough because Ghanaians will be watching. All Ghanaians will be watching with the hopes of qualifying and getting our ticket to the Mondial in 2026.
All right, so you heard from the sports Zlatan and then the guys. I will be coming back to them for their predictions. But before we go to the Accra Sports Stadium, I need to do something, and that is to read some predictions from you guys. But guys, the referee who is going to handle this particular game is called Buddy Loxlo from South Africa. The assistant line 1, Pashoni Swara, also from Lesotho. Cledwin Baloyi from South Africa, assistant line 2. Fourth official, Naftar Ningongo from Namibia. Gesaz Mohammed, referee assessor from Morocco. Match commissioner is a Nigerian called Kachala Babagana Kali. South African referee, guys, is going to handle our game. Quick one, your predictions, and then we go.
Well, think a very difficult game, but as a Ghanaian here, I will be expecting a very good first half from our boys. I think it wouldn't be an easy one for them, especially the likes of Kwasi Sibo, who is having his debut match for the Black Stars. Alexander Jiku, who has been on and off in recent times. He has not earned that constant starting games for Fenerbahce. He recently signed for Spartak Moscow in the Russian league and also coming back into this game with Caleb Yurenchi. He played against Chad, but I think this will be a different euphoria for the young chap in this setup. So we are looking forward to see these players all living up to the billing and the entire team also putting up a proper showdown against the Malians. It will be a very difficult one, but we are looking forward to witness some good game here.
All right, so what will be your prediction, and there we go?
Scoreless first half.
Scoreless first half. Let me come to Benjamin.
This game shouldn't be one that will be struggling to give prediction. If you have Kudus Mohamed, Antoine Semenyo, Thomas Partey in your team against Mali, in terms of player quality, we are far ahead. But what happens? We've always struggled to gel and play together as one unit, and so that's where we always struggle to give them a high scoreline. But I will be expecting a 2-1 victory for Ghana.
2-1 victory for Ghana. Zlatan.
Yeah, but I think if you are asking me and I'm being fair with the statistics available, this game will end up in a 1-1 draw game. Yeah, 1-1 draw game between Ghana and then Mali today at the Accra Sports Stadium.
1-1 draw game between the Black Stars of Ghana and then the Eagles of Mali. Hello and welcome to GhanaWeb's live coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier. We're coming to you live from our capital, Accra, where the Black Stars face a huge task under the lights at the Accra Sports Stadium. It's match day 8 and Ghana will be locking horns with Mali in a fixture that has all the ingredients of a thriller. The visitors, Mali, are flying high at the moment, fresh from a convincing 3-0 victory over Comoros. The Eagles know that a win here in Accra would put them firmly in control of their qualification destiny. They are unbeaten, and the new head coach Tom Sintif and have kept 6 clean sheets in their last 8 games. Numbers that tell you just how solid this team has become. For Ghana, the pressure is mounting. A 1-1 draw against Chad in their last outing has left questions unanswered, and after missing out on the AFCON, the Black Stars simply cannot afford another setback. The history books, however, provide a glimmer of hope. Mali having beaten Ghana in a competitive game since 2013. We will be breaking down the lineup, the tactics, and key battle. Stay tuned as we go to the Accra Sports Stadium. The two teams will be led by Jordan Ayew with 6 goals for the Black Stars of Ghana, joint top scorer in the ongoing qualifiers on the African continent alongside Mohamed Salah of Egypt. Mali also coming with their own arsenals. Kamori Doumbia is leading the Lions with 5 goals in the ongoing tournament. Mali in their green away colors with white shorts, whilst the Black Stars of Ghana are also coming in hot in the yellow jersey. Mali will be kicking the first ball from right to left on commentary position, whilst the Black Stars of Ghana will be hitting from left to right. Guys, quick one, and then we go. The lineup, here we go. Mali starting from left to right. Guys, what game are we supposed to expect?
I think this will be a ding-dong affair, so the Malians will come in strong before the win, and also the Black Star will have to do that. Looking at the setup of Coach Otuado, even from the blast of the whistle, I saw, that 3 back there with the 2 laterals up there, and also with 3 midfielders and then 2 forwards. So having only 2 forwards up front, having 4 or 3 even against Chad, we hardly created, some good chances to score and even bury. So hopefully we'll be seeing that here. But for the Malians, you look at it, 38 seconds and they are rather possessing in the midfield. It tells you what we are to expect. We have a coach who will be ready to accept the pressure and also defend, even in his own backyard. He did it against Chad, so we shouldn't expect something different. We are going to be reluctant at our own back even when we have the ball. Except maybe today we are going to see some flamboyant and champagne football from what we normally see from Antoine Semenyo in Bournemouth and maybe Mohamed Kudus, what he does in the EPL. Without that, I don't see any Black Stars player who is going to be willingly and also attach the quality of progressing with the ball, even to create a scare against this Malian side.
All right, so that is Zlatan. Ghana, Alexander Djiku being pressed, so fine Ajete. Ajete driving the ball forward. Finds Kudus Mohamed. Good skill. Kudus, there is Caleb Renti. Kudus is holding up. Kudus whipping the ball, but the ball has been stopped by Diakite. Diakite will go for a long one, and Ghana might be in trouble. But there is Thomas Tepate here, who makes sure Mali is still in possession. Mali on the attack, down the right hand side. Sinayoko, control back in midfield. Mali, 2 minutes. Mali, they've made their intentions clear in the early stages of the game. Kwesi Sibo and our boys need to be very careful at the back. Benjamin Asari, good distribution, finds Salisu has been pressed. and it wins a defensive throw-in for the Black Stars of Ghana. Ghanaians full at the Accra Sports Stadium. Live commentary on GhanaWeb. Gideon Mensah goes with the throw. Mali against Ghana. They haven't beaten the Black Stars in a competitive game since 2013 in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. But in 2020, under CK Akono, they gave us proper beatings in an international friendly game in Qatar, when they whipped us by 3-0. Thomas Partey in the midfield. He's been pressed. He beat his marker easily. Ajete has given the ball away, and now Mali will want to go on a break. Pressure on the Black Stars players, guys. We struggled to get some momentum, to get some of the ball so far in the game.
If you look at the past where Jiku just misplaced was a throw, that's what we have to expect. Jiku has been on the bench under Moreno for Fenerbahce for some time now. Other players take his spot for the Turkish club, and moving from there, we've seen that we needed Jiku. We needed that leadership at the back. But no matter how good you are on the ball, when you sit on the bench for some time, you tend to be rusty a bit. And this is a game where we don't need rustiness. We need sharp players to play. So hopefully the senior national team can do well, although with the obstacles they themselves, they have to pull through before they give us their best.
All right, so that is what Zlatan said. We've done 4 minutes. The group is shaping up. Mali in green. Diakite goes up to the right hand side, driving the ball forward. And there is Mali. It goes through the Ghanaian players. He was fouled, but the referee says he's not having any of it. This cannot be an infringement. So Mali will have to be up and running. Antoine Semenyo is yet to be seen by Ghanaians, who are hoping that he will give us at least a small percentage of what he has been given to Bournemouth. Mali building again. Koulibaly faces Caleb Renchi. Koulibaly withstands pressure from Kudus Mohamed. The Malians take the ball back to Diakite. Diakite to Fofana. Mali still with the ball. It's clear what the Ghanaians want to do. Go to the back. And the Malians build it, but a good block by Ajeti Annan. And Ghana is going again. Kudus Mohamed, good play. And now Gideon Mensah will search forward. Gideon Mensah slows down the tempo. Will find Thomas Partey in the middle of the park. Kwesi Sibo wearing Michael Essien's iconic jersey number. And he'll go to his right to Khalid Renchi. Renchi sends the ball back to Alexander Jiku, the Black Stars now, trying to stamp their authority on the game, swinging passes together. But we are still playing the ball in our own half. Jordan Ayew and Salisu. And Salisu's pass couldn't find Gideon Mensah.
Yeah, it's been 7 minutes. Malians have been dominating play. In fact, the likes of Mohamed Kamara, Lassana Koulibaly, Aliou Dieng, they are having fun in that midfield against their opponents, Thomas Partey, Kwesi Sibo, and the likes. And clearly, we are defending by 5 men. And we will need sharp attackers, pacing wingers to counter-press these Malians. But we are not seeing that. Today, Jordan Ayew, it will be difficult for Jordan Ayew to give you that pacing style you will not get from him. Mohamed Kudus as well. Antoine Semenyo a bit sharp in that up front. So we will need these pacing wingers, the Joseph Pincels, the Kamaldeen Suleimanes. This style fits them better.
All right, that is Kobe Asante. But it seems referee Buddy Lozro is going to allow the game to flow, and that is good build-up from the Malians. But Salisu Mohammed clears his lines, and Antoine Semenyo is challenging for it, but the ball goes back to goalkeeper Diarra. Diarra starts the build-up again. The Malians can pass the ball very well. So far, they've taken over the midfield, doing a lot in the game, but they are finding it difficult to link up their men up front, and that is Mohamed Diarra. They are finding it difficult to locate him up front, but here is Ajete. Ajete's ball has been intercepted by the man wearing the 11 jersey, Lassine Koulibaly, for the Malians. The Accra Sports Stadium is packed. A lot hinge on this particular game. It's a game Ghanaians will not accept anything aside from probably a victory or a point. But Mali dominating play so far. Their backline, Nyakite, Fofana, Dante, and Nyakite, they can pass the ball very well. And that is the problem we have it so far in the game. And the Black Stars boys are struggling to swing passes together. And it's not like we are seeing some intense pressing from the Malians. And Koulibaly comes again. The Malians come in front. Diakite, and good defensive play from Jordan Ayew. The captain had to track back. Malians can play. The Malians can play. And they win a first dangerous foul. Just 2 meters away from the 18-yard box, Benjamin.
Joe, I'm really worried about our play. Zlatan, when the lineup came up, he made mention of the fact that Oswaldo wants to play more defensive. He wants to be more defensive in this game. And from the initial stages of the game, you could clearly tell that we are defending. Very unfortunate. Accra Sports Stadium. You are playing at home, and you are not even bold to attack them. No pressing, no sense of urgency. Whatever that we talked about here is playing. Is playing out in the game. It's very, very unfortunate. If you continue playing like this way, then I wouldn't be surprised if we concede the first goal.
All right, free kick inside 11 minutes. The Black Stars are under pressure, and that is Coach Tom Sintin. He said they interviewed him for 4 good hours, but yes, still he didn't get to the job. So Mali with their first free kick, and they are very good with set pieces too. But the good news is that their top scorer, Kamori Doumbia, is on the bench. It would have been a different story if he was on the pitch. But yes, still, this can be a dangerous ball. And I can see, no, Kamari Doumbia is behind the ball, wearing the jersey number 19 alongside Sinayeko. And that was a very feeble shot. The Ghanaians at the stadium can't breathe again. And Kudus Mohammed is on the break, being put through by Antoine Semenyo. Kudus Mohammed, surging forward. Kudus Kelly, no. That was a wrong pass. from Kudus Mohammed, but Ghana still in possession. Jordan Ayew will call for it. Kwesi Sibo, Kudus Mohammed, the Malians recover. Sinayeko, but still with the Malians, they can really pass. It looks like Ghana is rather playing an away game. Exactly. Because
we need a break. We need a counter break before we see Ghanaians trying to play some touches up front. And this is what you have to expect when you have a coach who actually sits deep. I'm just hoping that the Malians will have a goal. If they have a goal, it will be a very, very difficult, mantle for us to climb. And so far, the South African referee is making sure that the game is flowing very, very well, hoping that we are just seeing something here. And then Ghanaians, we have to take note. When you have a manager who loves to defend, and then the players available are not that flamboyant and boisterous, we have players who know how to do that very well. There's Kudus and Semenyo. But you look at the gap whenever Kudus has the ball with other forwards. And you look at the gap whenever Semenyo also has the ball with other forwards. It's now the question of who is going to be that decoy of connecting Kudus to Semenyo or even Jordan Ayew. You see, I want our viewers to understand that on the football pitch, you need one player who will always be the link between your most skillful and also boisterous forwards. For Paris Saint-Germain, I'm just giving us an example. It is always Fabian Ruiz. Yeah. He knows how to fall back. When Dembele drops deep, he's now the fourth
And
line.
that can be a good one. Good interception from Kelly Mirenti. And Kelly Mirenti's problem has been his inability to find his player a good time from Thomas Partey. So the Ghanaians, Partey surging forward. Partey goes back to Kelly Mirenti, whipping the ball.
He hits that too hard.
And that was too hard from Kelly Mirenti. But the idea behind the ball,
yes,
was great.
But the
technique was good, but the execution was too much.
That's what I'm trying to say. So we need players who can hold firm onto the ball, now locate their players, so we will exploit the Malian side. We shouldn't forget that they are yet to concede a goal. They defend so well. All these players at the back, they are best center backs. They have one of the laterals that whenever he has the ball, he knows when to locate a player and also release the ball. We've seen Caleb Renchi, and the question here is, who is to be blamed? Caleb Renchi is officially now playing his third game or second game, where we need the win the most. So I think it's a very difficult game for the Black Stars, hoping that you see Kudus, he has the ball, but there are two players from the Malian side on him. That's the only way to neutralize who? The powerful assets that you have, and the assets on the pitch is who? Kudus and then Semenyo. Jordan, are you even for Leicester City in the championship? Wait for the Bonanotis and other guys, Elkanus to create, for him to tap in, to score. He's not going to give you that thing here in the African pitch against Mali. So we are playing a game where when you look at your screen, you start to ask yourself, are we playing in Bamako or we are playing at the Accra Sports Stadium?
As it stands now, after 15 minutes of action, it looks like we are playing a game in Bamako because the Malians are dominating Benjamin very soon. I'll be coming to you for the numbers. This is GhanaWeb's live commentary of the Black Stars game, March day 8. Mali, having beaten Ghana in a competitive game since 2013, they are in form. They have conceded only 2 goals in the last 8 games. They haven't lost a competitive game under new coach Tom Sintin. So the Malians are confident of getting a victory because their manager, the moment he touched down at the Kotoka International Airport, said they are here to win. And there is Kelly Renchi. He's been forced to go back. But there is some form of calmness with Kwesi Sibo. Kwesi is not doing a normal break and pass. He is trying to dictate play. Ajete Anan, Ajete to Kudus Mohammed. Kudus is standing. Kudus. And that was a very risky pass from Kudus Mohammed to Caleb Renchi. And that is Dumbia. Mali. Kamori Dumbia playing as the number 10. behind Sinayoko. And Sinayoko scored in the first game against the Black Stars. Before that, late minute comeback, Antoine Semenyo will go for a long throw. We've been trying to do this, but we always struggle to get the first ball. Mali in possession now. Lassana Dia will go back to his central defenders, and that was some good dribbling from Kamari Doumbia. The Malians are having a field day. They are not under pressure. They are not under pressure. Even though between us, they need a goal and they need a victory more than the Black Stars. Ghana loses possession again, and the Malians are surging forward. Koulibaly, he's been struggling to go past Caleb Renchi. Malians finding it difficult to break our lines. Kudus Mohammed has been fouled. He stood up, he wanted to go, but referee says foul for the Tottenham Hotspurs winger.
Joe, the numbers so far are not looking favorable for Ghana as compared to what we did by this time when we were playing against Chad. We were dominating possession, but the story has turned here. Mali are leading in terms of possession with 60% as against Black Stars is 40% in terms of shots. None of the sides have shots yet. And then free kicks, Mali have one, then two, and then Ghana we have one. And then, yeah, other fouls, Mali have two, and then Ghana, we've recorded one so far. The numbers are not looking favorable. We need to up our game. If we continue to sit back, defend, and then rely on counter-attack, I believe that it's not going to be a good day for us.
Elsewhere, Ghana corner has been taken quickly. Kudus Mohammed around the inside the 18-yard, but Kudus whipping the ball. And that was a good block from goalkeeper Diarra. But the ball is still in possession with the Black Stars. Gideon Mensah. Gideon finds Antoine Semenyo. Good hold-up play. Antoine Semenyo sends the ball back. Jordan Ayew. Back to Gideon Mensah. Black Stars. They've lost the momentum, but they want to go again. Caleb Renchi. Caleb always slowing down the pace. Elsewhere, Libya are leading Eswatini by 2-0 after 20 minutes. But in Accra, it is still goalless.
Yeah, I think it's been a very good game so far, even though the Malians are dominating play. But Ghana are also playing to a plan. They are playing to a plan, and I think the two incursions that we've had is only that we would make. This is not the Malian side we played back in Bamako, a different Malian side, well put. They've been put together and they are understanding themselves so well on the field of play. They defend so well. So we will only have to up our clinicality up front. The chances may not come as bunch as we had against Chad. So the little opportunities, the guys should make sure they bury them. It will be very difficult one, very difficult one to put a ball at the back of the net of the Malians. So the little spaces we will get, the little chances, I think it will be good to find the back of the net to unsettle them before maybe they will come in for the equalizer. Then we hit them at the back again.
We hit them at the back again. 22 minutes of action. We're live on www.GhanaWeb.com. You're undoubtedly Ghana's biggest digital platform. When it comes to news, we did there. Africa news, world news. If you want blog, sports, business, GhanaWeb is your #1. So we're currently streaming also on Facebook, X, and then on YouTube. Caleb Renchi throw in. He's getting a lot of the ball, but his attacking deficiencies is probably the reason why we are not creating much from the right side of our attack. Jordan Ayew, good hold-up play, and Jordan wins an important free kick for the Black Stars.
I think this is what Jordan knows how to do so well, you know, holding up play and also getting infringement for us to relax, because we are playing against a side that definitely, in terms of energy and the intensity, they have it higher than the senior national team. So we need players who hold up onto the play, break plays, so that our players can adjust so well. If you look at the positioning of our players, we needed this break, and also an infringement. We have players with the height who can match the Malians, Jiku, Pate, and then Salisu Ajete, and then even Antoine Semenyo are some guys who are very good with their heads. So hopefully a good cross and a fine delivery into the 18-yard box of the Malians with a clinical touch will find us the back of the net.
The second set piece for the Ghanaians. Kudus Mohammed will take this one. And I'm not seeing what I would love to see. Kudus whipping this ball. And the Malians have been able to intercept the ball. And Ghana will have another corner kick inside the first 25 minutes. Jordan Ayew will pick this one. I'm not really enjoying the atmosphere at the stadium. The Ghanaians are not creating an intimidating atmosphere. They are just sitting down, bored. They folded their arms. Typical Ghanaians for you. We don't know how to support, but we know how to talk. Let's talk about this free kick. Jordan Ayew will go for an in-swinger. And clearly, it could have been an easy goal. But the touch from Antoine Semenyo was very feeble. It was Thomas Partey rather. And it was a slight push on Thomas Partey. And one thing I've been talking about since the start of this qualifiers is that the absence of VAR is making people get away with murder. Because this was a clear push.
Yes. I think with the absence of VAR, I think if we are really doing it and adding the modern technology to football, we have to, bring it to all stages of the game, because there are football matches and then you watch and then you ask yourself, there are some tackles people will do, and clearly if there's VAR, you can determine this a red or even a yellow. Look at the bookable offense there. There are goals which will be scored. There's no goal line technology, and even the qualifying stages. Meanwhile, the main tournament, there will be the VAR there. It's just like watching the Black Stars against Mali, and then there's an infringement, and then the referee decides that from the angle where he is standing and also from the angle where the assistant referees, the linesmen, are also standing, he then takes a decision, and that will be final. Meanwhile, we sitting behind the screen, clearly due to having that, opportunity of watching it on camera, we then see the incident from a different elevation. So we will be thinking something else. But the man who is the authority on the field don't have that opportunity or even a second thought. He just goes by what he sees from any angle that he stands. So we're talking about VAR and the qualifying stages. Hopefully, Africa too will be implementing it here.
First yellow card goes to Jonas Ajete for his foul on Sinayoko. Mali is still searching for it. Sinayoko sends the ball back to Diakite. Diakite will go back to Fofana Duakwari. He whipping the ball, but it has been timely intercepted. And Thomas Partey might be in trouble. Over elaboration from Partey, but he's able to recover. Hard help from Jordan Ayew. But the Malians, the pressure. And again, guys, the feeble atmosphere we create at our stadium.
It is because of the performances of the senior national team, the Black Stars of Ghana. If we had beaten Chad, it would have been a different energy, different euphoria today at the Accra Sports Stadium. It is because of that performance they showcased away in N'Djamena. And now, so the supporters are there, not knowing what the outcome will be. That is a typical Ghanaian, as you've already claimed. You get me? So it is up to the players to also play something. And in fact, they are not doing anything that would do what? Erupt the supporters. They are not doing anything that will erupt the supporters at the stadium. So I think that for now, they would have to exert more energy, create some decent chances, doing some, the likes of Mohamed Kudus doing the Kudus-like thing to erupt the supporters, to excite the supporters. I think that would just ginger the supporters.
Third corner in the game for Ghana. Kudus will go for another in-swinger. Referee says Jiku, and the Akite needs to be very, very careful. Jiku, it is Mamadou Kamara rather. Referee says he needs to be very careful. Mamadou Kamara is an engine in the midfield of Mali. He's around the same height with Alexander Jiku. Jordan, captain, is sending a message. Ghanaians at the stadium, they've taken their phones, and Kudus whipping another in-swinger, but the Malians have dealt with it comfortably. It goes back to Gideon Mensah. He sends in another cross. Jordan, are you at the edge of the box? He whipping a strong shot. Jordan says the ball deflected. Mamadou Fofana. But the referee has awarded the World Cup goal kick to the Malians.
I believe Jordan didn't get the technique right. It was the intention was right. I mean, very good, but then the execution was problematic. Jordan hasn't been visible in the game as he did against Chad. So far, I think Kudus and Menyo are trying to create some chances, but they are not good enough to get us a goal. Going forward, I expect Thomas Partey to up his game. He's also had some one or two lapses in midfield, which could cost us. But so far, the other players have been able to cover up, so we're able to manage the game. Kudus Mohamed releasing the ball, we've always talked about it. I believe it's okay in this game. We expect more from him. Antoine Semenyo Kudus, we expect more.
We expect more. Jonas Ajete finds Kwesi Sibo, sends the ball back to Alexander Jiku. Charabrante per back pass too much. And Thomas Partey. Partey finds Kudus Mohamed. Kudus still holding up. Partey to Kwesi Sibo. Kwesi Sibo driving the ball forward. Wearing the Michael Essier's iconic jersey to Jordan Ayew. Jordan has been forced out. But Jordan will still find a way to give the ball to Thomas Partey. Partey after Partey to Jonas Ajete. Jonas Ajete. But there's been an infringement against Mamadou Kamara. So referee has awarded a free kick against Jonas Ajete. 32 minutes of action inside the iconic Accra Sports Stadium. Our coach complained about the pitch in town. He said it's like grass. But for Mali's coach, Thompson T, he know they complain about pitch. The ground is the ground. Yes, the ground is the ground. So he's not here to complain about the pitch no good, pitch no.
He's one of the most experienced managers on the African soil. In fact, he's managed a couple of national teams, Namibia, the Malawi's, and recently we saw his run from 2018 to 2024, what he did with Gambia, qualifying them for the first time for the AFCON, and of course, making it to the quarterfinal stage the following AFCON 2023. He was there with them, and again, now he has already qualified Mali to the AFCON as well. So he's earned that experience on the continent of Africa. He's seen it all. He's seen everything, the goose and the bass. So he's not now, nothing is new to him to have even complained about.
Another free kick for Mali. Around the right-hand side of the Ghanaian defense. Mali. And can Ghana go on the break? But the Malians have too much energy. But there is Kudus Mohamed. He's showing why he plays for Tottenham Hotspur. Ghana going on the break. I can see Gideon Mensah sprinting for it. Partey fires Gideon Mensah. He sends it back to Thomas Partey. And we've been dispossessed. And the counter-attack has been stopped.
There's an international break for Gideon Mensah to forget. In fact, he had a very bad game against Chad.
Yeah.
A very, very bad game against Chad.
Make the very three. A very, very
bad game against Chad. And look at him today. He has not been off. This is a player playing a fullback, a modern day fullback.
And Marians are going forward. They're whipping the ball and trust Alexander Djiku to clear his lines with perfection. Even though he's played only 80 minutes for Fenerbahce in the ongoing season, and that was in the preseason, he's always shown that in the national team, he's the new rock of Gibraltar, because that interception was timely, and probably we would have been singing at the wrong side of our mouth if he had missed that particular ball.
He's been the mainstay at the heart of defense for our national team. In fact, he has partnered with Daniel Amate. That partnership went well. They qualified for the World Cup. They played. They couldn't make it through the group. They came back. The AFCON qualifiers, the AFCON proper. In fact, he has also partnered with Mohamed Salisu and coupled with other central defenders we've had. So he is currently the best in our defense. And having missed him in the game against Chad, we considered that goal. And today, we are all looking forward to see his experience after coming back into the force.
All right, so that is Krobia and the Malians. Are they in trouble? Jordan is on the ground. Jordan needs medical attention, but our captain is up and running. Jordan Ayew, the third son of the legendary Abedi Ayew Pele. The last 15 minutes has been fairly good for the Black Stars. But we will go and listen to, oh my goodness, Salisu, and there's Jordan Ayew. Jordan taking on two Malians. Gives the ball back to Gideon Mensah. He sends it back to Salisu. The Malians are now pressing in threes. But Jonas Ajete will pick it up to Kelly Renchi, back to Jonas. Jonas will go for a long ball, but the Malians are tall and are fit than Kudus Mohamed. The foul has been taken quickly now. Mali. Salisu will get a yellow card for his tackle on Dumbia.
Get injured.
Salisu's tackle, if he gets away with it, then he took one for the team. Mali, comfortable. And there you have Ghanaians sitting at the stadium with their arms folded. They are not singing, they are not clapping. But if it doesn't go well, Better one day or air. Mali. Proper team. And there is Mamadou Kamara. Kamara to Diakite. And again, Alexander Jiku, timely intervention. It would have been a 1v1 for Sinayoko. But trust Alexander Jiku to be mopping the back. And this is the reason why I believe that sometimes certain defensive accolades needs to be celebrated on the pitch.
Yes.
Because this is as good as any save that Benjamin Asari can make in this particular game. Kudus Mohamed, back to Kwesi Sibo. He's not having a bad game at all, but again, his final ball is where the problem is. Over 25,000 people have tuned in live across various social media handles, Facebook, YouTube, X, and on Ghana's number one digital platform, www.GhanaWeb.com. 38 minutes, Benjamin. What are the numbers so far?
The numbers, I mean, there have been a 10. As earlier, it was going in favor of Mali. I think Ghana, we've upped our performance in the game. In possession, we've recorded 59% of possession, as against 41% of Mali. Shots, we have 2, and Mali have none at the moment. Corner kicks, we've had 3, and then Mali have none as well. And so, yeah, and then shots off targets, we've had 2. So free kicks, we have 7 as against Mali's 4. And then throw-ins, we've recorded 7 as against Mali's 11. And fouls 4 as Mali's have recorded 7. The numbers are favoring Ghana at the moment. And so going forward, we hope that the problem has been penetrating the defense. We know they are a very solid side when it comes to the defense. So if you're able to penetrate the defense and get a goal, I think that will be able to open up the game and hopefully we'll be able to get more goals. But in terms of the numbers, I think the guys are doing well so far. And if they're able to retain the same level of performance going forward, we are likely to get a goal and hopefully we'll be able to get the ultimate win that we all desire for.
Hopefully we get to see some goals. By the way, the first 45 minutes is going, it doesn't look like we're going to get a goal. Both teams have been cautious, even though Mali have made their intentions clear. And Partey finds Antoine Semenyo inside the 18-yard box. Semenyo loses his composure, but was still able to find Caleb Renchi. Renchi is always going back. Caleb Renchi, always going back, looking for an easy option. Yes.
We need ball progressors, players who carry the ball and then drive through.
And it's like we are lacking these players. It's like the players on the field, even those on the bench, none of them has the ability. Those on the bench who have the ability to dribble and then break passes and then progress with the ball, they progress and then they see the net and then they break and then they pass backwards again.
I think that
come out, he will dribble and go no back.
Yeah, but I think that in terms of what Renchi is doing, Lamte offers you a better option.
Yeah. In terms of the attacking fluidity, you add a lot. In terms of creating havoc at the half of the opponent's half, you add something better than what Caleb is offering do. And I think we are lacking that Kudus Samuel's like player. We are lacking that. We are lacking that even in recent times. The Majid Ashimeru's type of a player. Yes, we are lacking set profiles, and I think this is another avenue for a certain Thomas Partey because of now Sibo is the setter.
Yes,
Partey is supposed to do what? Do that driving. Partey is supposed to do that driving. Yes.
He looks like protecting some legs or some pictures on his body. Like Charlie Party, you have to put yourself on the ground. That is what will make you the party that we know.
Hoping to see the party that we know. Benjamin Asari, goalkeeper number 1. Brighton in the corner where you are, Accra House of Oak. Goalkeeper is stepping into the shoes of the gallant Phobians who came before him. And that is Kwesi Sibo. Make the ball simple. Kwesi Sibo might be in trouble. And he's lucky, or he will be lucky, if he doesn't get a yellow card. And that is why the Malians are angry.
They are complaining.
So in a league game for Real Oviedo, you turn 1, the Mallorca player will come this side. You turn 2, Villarreal player will come this side. But in an African qualifier, you turn 3, the players are there 3. It's about your sharpness. It's about how you read the game. When you get the ball, you give quick passes. Because right after winning the ball and then dazzling the player and then he came onto your left shoulder, you should have at least leave the ball.
But haven't you seen that the best number 6 in history, they don't, like, they make things simple.
Easy.
I'm not talking about the break and pass.
No.
Salis and the guys have been doing.
They can't.
They make that, like,
whenever they get the ball, it's like they've read the game already with their brain. No, if they when he gets the ball, even in the tight spaces, he knows where to lay the pass.
The ball and go.
Man, I miss Busquets. Busquets should have been a Ghanaian.
No, look at that end. It was just super brilliant.
You
pass and go.
And that is Mamadou. Come on.
Your own pitch. Then you come and
He tried to test Benjamin Asari from long range. But Asari handled it. Even though it was not in a way that many of us expected. But the good news is that Asari handled the ball. Because all eyes are on Asari, hoping that he will make just a single mistake. And there is Kudus. Kudus! At 1-7-0!
Someone just sent me a message. He said if it was against Liverpool, by now the net will be shaking.
Antoine Semenyo and Mohamed Kudus. That should have been the first goal. The skill from Kudus was good.
Very good.
The 10 from Antoine Semenyo was great. Look at the 10. This ball should have been a corner.
Yeah.
This ball should have been a corner. Because Niakite, look at that. Niakite blocked the ball. It was Mamadou Fofana rather. Fofana blocked the ball. And I don't know why referee Badu Lotzero.
Looks like we are having a full stadium ball.
It looks like we're having a full stadium. But I still don't like the atmosphere they are creating.
Not electrifying. Your bunch bar, you know, the energy, the vibe in the stadium. We are not even getting the.
And let me announce that we'll do 2 minutes of added time. We've already gone past a minute of additional time. It's still live commentary. That would have been a brilliant goal. Kwesi Sumo. Now the Malians have read the situation and they know he wants to hold on to the ball before he passes. So anytime he gets it, he's always overcrowded. Mali, Diakite finds to Dumia inside the midfield. Mali, not in a rush to send the ball forward. Because whether you like it or not, a point is better than a defeat. But Mali will have the last say in this particular game. Another foul from Kwesi Sibo. This clearly can be the final kick in the first half. This
He didn't allow them to take it.
Referee Buddy Lonzo has ended the first 45 minutes of the game. I wouldn't, or I would have been against the decision if it was Ghana that was supposed to take this free kick, because he should have allowed them to take the free kick.
Yes, the Malian officials, I think during Sibo's foul, they approached the referee and then tried to lodge complaints about the officiating. I think they feel that most of 50-50 balls go in favor of Ghana. When it gets to their turn, the referee overlook it. I think it's been a very fair officiating in the first half. Hope that if it were to be the opposing side, it would have been
home team there. On my
exactly.
On my 50-50 class.
Yes. So it's been a topsy-turvy. We started very poorly, but I think we grew into the game, began to dominate play. Kudus made a very good run, and Semenyo should have buried that ball as Zlatan read.
No, but I don't.
In terms of
I don't blame him that much, because it was Fofana who blocked the shot.
Yes, you see, Chad, the two glorious chances that he got, it was the same situation.
Yes,
the shots were blocked.
Yes,
but why is that? Kudus playing for Bournemouth in the Premier League. If you get if you get 3 of these, I'm not sure you play it in such a way that those balls will be blocked.
No, but let me bring you
in that zone. He tried,
Lawrence.
In that zone,
because
he tried.
The control was brilliant.
Brilliant.
Are we not supposed to credit Fofana for his awareness to even put his leg up?
Yeah. Even the angle, the tight angle that he chooses to bend the ball at, it was just super. So you cannot blame him that much. This is not a 1v1 situation. And he was hugely crowded with men, and he had his way. He bent the ball, and he just couldn't find the back of the net, whether it was blocked or not. But per the referees, the officials, there was nothing like blocked, because it would have resulted into a corner kick. So clearly, we've had a very good game, and as I said prior to the start of the game, a scoreless first half, because of how we set up, and reading from the opponent as well. They barely concede, and you are also having the advantage of playing in front of your supporters, who having the advantage of winning the game per the points build up, and the momentum, everything. You have everything in your possession. But if you are going into a game with a defensive mindset, it will be very difficult in the first half. So unless maybe from the second half, the 60th, the 70th minute, then the substitutions will make the difference. So let's see how the second half will pan out for both sides. But I strongly believe that Ghana will still have their way. We have the men on the bench. Yes, we have the men on the bench. And I trust the Bonsus, the Pintels, and the Inakis, and what have you. They will be given the opportunity to come on and also affect the game on a positive note for the senior national team, the Black Stars of Ghana. It has been an interesting and a very good game. We've managed the situation. That is why we still have our say in the game. We've managed the situation so well.
All right, so we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go into what we saw in the first 45 minutes. At the end of 45 minutes plus 2, the Black Stars of Ghana couldn't score. Mali, they also couldn't create much in the game. But we'll try and then go to the Accra Sports Stadium to see what is happening. When we come back, we delve more into what is supposed to happen, because Ghanaians are hoping to get to the maximum 3 points. This is GhanaWeb's Match Day Live. We'll be back with more.
Today's match. topic.
Your expectation for today's
Today's
match?
match, all of Ghana people have to pray for the team because we have to qualify this time. These boys, if they want us to be happy, they have to score this match to give us Ghana people's winning bonus. Somebody will go to America, you go to US, you go to Pupuche. So all of Ghana people have to pray for the team so that we'll qualify and we'll qualify and we'll qualify and we'll qualify. Hey, whoa.
It's 3-0. Black Star will score 3-0. We are prepared to meet Mali today. So I know today match, Black Star will win 3-0. 3 against Mali.
By 3-0. Yeah. Thomas Partey, anytime goal scorer.
That's because of the previous game. I expect the Black Stars to turn up because this is a home game. So I expect them to win either 3-0 or 3-1.
Kuda. Oh. He says that he expects that Ghana will win today's game.
Win 2-1. Definitely, Mali will score a goal. We need to be honest with ourselves. Definitely, we'll win a goal 2-1. So that's what I'm expecting from Ghana. And then we urge our players to take their own responsibilities because as you can see, everyone has stopped whatever they are doing, come here to support because Black Star is our national team. So whether good or bad, we still love them. Thank you.
And the big forward as well, Urenski straight forward. The first time forward, hoping to find Jordan Lee in the penalty area, but it is far too hard to catch him as the fullback. Just a little bit of quality and
our players are losing concentration, especially they are not marking the Malian well. They give a lot of room for Malian players to operate, and that's why it looks as if always the ball is on us. We are not attacking. And another thing too is that bringing the ball backward is becoming too much. The ball post is here, so I think they need to have their game and work things so that always they should put back pressure on the Malian, because it is the goal that we are looking. You see, we went and lost in Chad. You see, so we now put pressure on us. So that we must be there. But you are also careful that they shouldn't do that. But Mali won his last game, so that has given them the win. And what Mali, they told us they've come here to watch Lagos. So I think the coach has to do something
and the skill of Kudos on the right-hand side, absolutely unbelievable. Look at his menu there, took his time pulling the trigger. Brilliant run here from Kudus. Look at him go. Touch to the byline, that's cutback. I suppose the turn was the menu was a little bit.
Expect that Ghana will win today's game.
Win 2-1. Definitely, Mali will score a goal. We need to be honest with ourselves. Definitely, we'll win a goal 2-1. So that's what I'm expecting from Ghana. And then we urge our players to take their own responsibilities, because as you can see, everyone has stopped whatever they are doing, come here to support, because Black Star is our national team. So whether good or bad, we still love them. Thank you.
Hey, wait. Okay, let's go. I'm expecting Ghana to win 3-0. Yeah, that's my prediction.
It's my wish that Ghana wins, but honestly, it's not going to be an easy game, judging from the fact that the Malians are coming from winning 3-0 against Comoros, who defeated Ghana in the group, and so it will serve as an impetus to Mali. But I think that if the Ghanaian players are able to lift their game like we know them to do with their respective clubs in Europe, I'm sure that the tax is very Herculean but highly surmountable. Yes, we can do.
Asian predictions. Anyway, looking at the way our recent team has been, I think we are not that bad. We are doing well. For tonight, I'm predicting Ghana to win by 3-1. God bless Ghana.
I'm hoping by the end of the game, Ghana will beat Mali by 2-0, so that we can qualify for the 2026 World Cup.
All right, thank you. Okay, I'm expecting Ghana to win 7 and 7-0, like 7-0, 7-0. 7-0. Ghana 7, Mali 0. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting today. Yeah.
And the skill of Kudos on the right-hand side, absolutely unbelievable. I'll tell you some menu there. Tricky stance pulling the trigger. Brilliant run here from Kudos. Look at him go. Touch to the byline. That's that. I suppose the turn from the menu was a little bit too much. He should have received with the left foot and struck the ball with the right foot instead of trying to turn. Can you see him turning? I suppose he wanted to wrong foot the defender for Ghana there, but I think hitting out goal, looking for Koulibaly. Foul upon the 29-year-old, facing into Liverpool play, and a little bit of an attempt to get out of this as quickly as possible from the journalist there. I thought we were going to talk to myself, but I tell you, Koulibaly and and the field forward as well. Urensky stays forward. The first time forward. Hoping to find Jordan Ayew in the penalty area, but it is far too hard for his captain as the fullback. Just needing a bit of quality. And here we go.
Our players are losing concentration, especially they are not marking the Malian well. They give a lot of room for Malian players to operate, and that's why it looks as if always the ball is on us. We are not attacking. And another thing too is that bringing the ball backward is becoming too much. The ball post is here, so I think they need to have their game and work things, so that always they should put back pressure on the Malian, because it is the goal that we are looking. You see, we went and lost in Chad. You see, so it now put pressure on us.
Good evening, wherever you are. International break is underway. Nigeria.
So your expectation for today's match?
Today's match, all of Ghana people have to play for the team, because we have to qualify this time. These boys, if they want us to be happy, they have to score this match to give us Ghana people's winning bonus. Somebody will go to America, you go to US, you go to Pupuche. So all of Ghana people have to pray for the team, so that we'll qualify and we'll qualify and we'll qualify and we'll qualify. Hey, whoa.
All right, welcome back from the break. Let's go straight to the Accra Sports Stadium. Playing positions has changed, but still Malians have the edge And there is Dumbia surging forward, and Alexander Jiku, he couldn't get the tackle. But he's lucky that we end up getting a throw in. Guys, second half, any changes that you are expecting to see in the game?
I think first 10 to 15 minutes, I will be expecting at least a change on our side. Coach Utuado, if we are not scoring in the first 15 minutes into the second half, then there should be a change. We have equally good players on the bench that could also come on to affect the game for us. Then the Malians, I'm not expecting anything from them. They've been in the game, they are okay, they are dictating the pace of the game. They are also managing to create some chances, but in fact, we've also been very resolute at the back, in as much as
we need to be careful the Malians at our back. But Salisu Mohamed clears his lines, and Thomas Partey has lost possession. Jiku cleared the line, and Mali will have an attacking throw in. Mali are now eager to score. Diakite back to Kamara. Kamara will find Dumbia inside midfield. He'll go back to Niakite. Jordan Ayew was able to intercept the ball. Kudus Mohamed. Kudus should have opted for a one-touch pass, and Antoine Semenyo would have been clear on goal. Kudus Mohamed had a chance to put Semenyo through, but he decided to hold on to the ball and send it back.
It appears he didn't see Semenyo. I think he was looking at Jordan, and Jordan too failed to make a move, and so he had to send the ball back just to protect the ball, play.
2 minutes after the break, now I can see some momentum building from the fans. Calibrati! Nearly scored. Probably the best goal.
So this is where I normally see that there's no goal line technology, because I feel the net is shaking, you know. I feel something happened over there, but it is not about what I feel. It's about the drive and the power from Calibranchi. Such, instincts from the right back reminds me of Joshua Kimmich, young stage when he started for Bayern Munich. Anywhere he stands, he just gives you a good bullet, and that was
and that's a goal! Alexander Jiku! Alexander Jiku gets the first goal for the Black Stars. Jordan Ayew scored. There was a tussle in the 18-yard box. There was, some slight push inside, but Alexander Jiku is not going to care. Alexander Jiku get to the Black Stars in front. Jiku get to the first goal. The Marians are complaining, but referee Buddy Lozru is trying to have a conversation, but the Black Stars have already celebrated. And there it is. Goalkeeper decided to fumble it. As a goalkeeper, if you can't get to the ball, don't step out.
They complain that, I think the goalkeeper is complaining that there was a push from Semenyo on him, and let's see, I think that was
Semenyo didn't push him.
If you look at the
it would have probably been a penalty if Jiku had not scored.
The players overcrowded.
It was his own player. It was Niakite who blocked goalkeeper Diarra, and also they are complaining about Jiku and then Dumbia, but the Gold Stars and the Black Stars are in front.
Yeah, good play from Jordan Pierre Ayew. Jiku leading the lines, getting the goal from a set piece. Interesting, a very good one. Jordan Pierre Ayew once again. He has been the most important player in our team. Looking at the qualifiers, he has already scored some 6 goals. And he's also leading the assist table as well in our team with 4 assists. This one making it 5 assists so far. So he's living up to expectation as the skipper, as the talisman in our team. I think he's doing so well, creating the chances, assisting, and also scoring as well. Now, he's in this game with the most assists and also the most goals in this World Cup qualifiers for the senior national team, the Black Stars of Ghana, as the captain, as the leader for the side. I think good goal, good time to have put in the ball at the back of the net to just unsettle the Malians in the early stages into the second half.
Good goal. And that was a slight tassel.
I think that deserves a yellow card.
That deserves seeing more than a yellow card.
Yeah, because you don't just use your knee to hit the back of a player like that.
This is the reason why I was talking about VAR. Because if we have a video assistant referee, probably Mali's number 11 will be sent off because this is a silly foul and a dangerous tackle.
Very, very dangerous one. The VAR, as we've always been saying, is very good to review incidents of this nature that have afforded the referee a second chance to make a good judgment of it. But unfortunately, we don't have it, so we have to cope. My plea to Otuado is that we shouldn't sit back. The momentum that we are playing at the moment, attacking, pressing, we should maintain it. Yeah. The moment you decide to sit back and then the Malians start piling pressure on you, then they may end up equalizing like they did against Chad. Once we scored, we became relaxed, and then they kept, getting some chances. And then Ekua Celestina scored from nowhere.
Celestine Kua.
Celestine Kua.
He's not Ekua. Yes, he's not Ekua.
Yes,
Celestine Kua. I remember somebody called on a radio show and it was like, Ghana. And that is the Malians. But this time around, Gideon Mensah was up to the task to clear his line. Somebody called on a radio show and was like, how can Ghana allow Celestine Kua to score again?
We don't want another Celestine Kua.
We need to show that defensive solidarity and also a big shift from breaking the lines and also moving up front, because you can't just sit back and then allow the Malians to control the tempo of the game, create chances and then score, because we've seen whenever the Black Stars players got ball watching, we just find the ball at the back of our net. It happened with Chad, and we need the intensity with the players on the pitch. And also at this stage, Otuado, there's no maximum time for you to do the substitutions. If you feel you need a new player to replace Semenyo to carry on and also do take on a speedster who break the lines like Kamaldeen Sulemana, I think we need him. But the player I see from the bench, from the coach I know as my national team coach, who might be that Ibrahim Sulemana from Atalanta, because he's one guy who loves to play in the midfield. He defends so well and also attacks at the same time. With the manager of the caliber of Otuado, we might see in that player not someone who will be breaking the lines with a flair on the wings.
At this point, I think that we need both Joseph Pinto and Kamaldeen Sulemana, because if the Malians are going to attack us, we need to give them something to think about. And now, Ghana going again. The Malians are calling for an offside, but assistants line one for Shawnee Swallow. They didn't raise his flag, but Gideon Mensah couldn't pick up the ball from Jordan Ayew. The ball crossed the line, and it's going to be a defensive throw-in. Diakite takes it quickly, nearly lost it to Kudus Mohammed. But now, there is some urgency from the Ghanaians, the Malis. The Malians are getting frustrated. Kamara pushed Mohamed Kudus unprovoked. This is something that I really like. Frustrates them. We are leading, yet still, our fans are not creating any better atmosphere.
Yeah, that's the Accra Sports Stadium for you. This is why some Ghanaian locals feel like if it's way in, Kumasi, Babayara Sports Stadium, you see that electrifying atmosphere of the Ghanaian Jama going on in there. By now, we might be singing some Obiba JK Faunina perform. But here at the Accra Sports Stadium, intellectuals have And surely there are some few sessions over there. I know the Ghana Supporters Union
but see,
in there.
I don't buy that in intellectual thing. So
it's about how we patronize football in a crowd.
No,
you won't get the people to make those.
The reason why I'm saying that, like we see the Chelsea fans.
Yes.
Like the United fans.
Yes.
The Tottenham. In less
they
than
have the passion for the team.
In less than 20 minutes, you see that they will be creating songs. Kudus already inside the 18-yard box. Kudus is trying to urge them to shout. Kudus is frustrated. We are leading.
He should pray with they don't equalize. Ghanaians don't trust the team. That's the problem here.
No.
You see the energy you want to see from the fans. You have to earn it.
But you see, as long as we are leading.
No. We've seen this multiple times.
Aside.
No.
As long as we are leading, we have to put everything aside. Get behind the team. Make the noise.
Even if the team
is down,
plays
make the
bad
noise.
and win the game. And you are.
Jordan whipping the corner by this time around. The goalkeeper, Esibu. Wanted to go for a bicycle kick. Jiku got to the second touch, but goalkeeper there picks up the ball, start up the counter attack inside the midfield. Here is Diakite. Diakite goes down to Kamara. Kamara finds Dumbia, Mali, and a coach Thompson 10. They've not conceded more than a goal. But can Ghana get a second one? This is the third time Mali is conceding in 9 games. Now their defensive line has been breached by Alexander Jiku. But can we prevent them from scoring? Mali inside the 18-yard box. But Jonas Ajete has been able to block the ball. And Mali or the corner kick.
Yeah, that's the corner kick. I think the Malians are piling up pressure on the Black Stars on that flank. And then who is that player that Calibrachi loves to go up front? And with this, they are bringing on their number 10 inside. Just as we know in football, one of the key players and best players for a team wears they are just in number 10. So I'm expecting Otuado to look onto the bench. We don't want the era where we'll be waiting for 70 plus or 80 or 90. This is African football. Most of these guys don't even have the match fitness, so they need new energy and new blood. Some new players to also, implement the same style that the team is doing. I think I will be doing some good thing if we have another defensive player in there.
Fodi Duakwari is coming in for Lassani. Koulibaly, Nene is also out for Diarra. 2 changes for the Malians, who are hoping to get an equalizer. They're whipping the ball. And this one, Benjamin Asare uses his fist to tap the ball away. And that is Diarra wearing the jersey number 7. This is what he was introduced to do. Kwesi Sibo. Sibo has been superb. Kelly Renchi has been good by his lack of pace. He's slowing down attack. Thomas Partey to Jordan Ayew. Jordan. And the Malians clear their lines. Mali. The man was introduced again. I think his main job is to come in and take on players. That is Douglas Nene. Plays for Fenerbahce. He's Alexander Jiku's teammate. Born on the 23rd of December. The young man shares the same birthday with my father.
Wow. Coincidentally nice, a footballer.
23rd of December 2002, 23 years of age. 22, sorry. Has a market value of 4.1.
I think that's Douglas Nene, right?
Yes,
yeah,
Douglas Nene.
One spectacular goal for them at the AFCON, just ended AFCON. he was even quite the same ceiling with Simon Adingra during the AFCON in terms of player and impactfulness, how good they were for their national team. Hopefully, he wouldn't be creating any scare against the Black Stars of Ghana, because we don't need that now to write stories. But I've seen them swinging more passes. I think breaking their defensive shape and also defensive lineup has also proven that they need more goals. They need to attack. They need a win more than we now, because they are lying third, I think, in the Group I.
They are now fourth.
They are now fourth, you know, if they are losing this game, which gives the Black Stars the upper hand of qualifying from the group to the Mundial. So if the Malians really need it, I think Stanfield knows what to do, putting more men up front. And by putting in more men up front, the Black Stars head coach needs to capitalize by bringing some speedsters, because 60th minutes played, and clearly you can see that Antoine Semenyo is off. I want to ask, where is Semenyo? The bottom of Semenyo, where is he? He's nowhere to be found. So he needs to be off. This is the national team. We don't need players who are tired or dead legs on the pitch. We need players who will be running with a good pace. So this will be a perfect time to introduce a certain Kamaldeen Suleimana. He is good with a hold-up play. He is good in terms of dribbling. He will be good at least locating Mohamed Kudus 2 up for the national team.
This is Mohamed Kudus to Kwesi Sibo Batu, Jonas Ajete, Thomas Partey in midfield. Partey goes to Gideon Mensah. Black Stars building up. Jordan Ayew back to Gideon Mensah, couldn't control the ball, but still Gideon has given the ball away to Niakite. Niakite is trying to find Nene, but the ball was too long for Nene to be able to control. Nene, in the ongoing qualifiers, he's played 7 games and he has scored 2 goals. 22-year-old, he's your own Kudus Mohamed. Because of indiscipline, the likes of Bissouma and Haidara have all been yanked from the team. Nene is going, Gideon Mensah has fouled him. It's going to be an interesting 30 minutes between Nene and Gideon Mensah.
Yeah, Nene, he's got the skill,
He's one fine player,
brilliant player. He's got the skills and pace, everything.
We know our Gideon Mensah too, you know. Sami Akwaba.
We know our Gideon Mensah too. Benjamin Osare, he's conceded only 1 goal as a Black Stars goalkeeper. And that came
against Chad.
The deflection against Chad, when Celestine Kua hit the ball, it deflected on the legs of Jerome Opoku. And that is why goalkeeper number 1 couldn't make the save.
The Phobia Ghana.
Phobia, the poster boy in the Ghana Premier League. That is Benjamin Osare. But Ghana is going again. Kudus Mohamed. Kudus. Antoine Semenyo is in the mix. Kudus Mohamed. You couldn't get to Jordan Ayew. But Gideon Mensah will send the ball back to Jordan. Gideon Mensah, he whipping the ball. But Niakite will have the final save. Oh, very beautiful girls at the stadium. Wow. Very beautiful girls. Very, very beautiful girls.
We don't only have football talent.
Yes.
Beautiful women too.
Frank, make sure you look for this beautiful lady for me. Frank, this is your new assignment. I have reassigned you. Now let's get back to Jordan Ayew. The cameramen are doing a disservice to this country, because we need to be seeing the fine ladies. But fine ladies or not, the Malians are surging forward. They are eager to get the equalizer. Diakite controls the ball to his left, send it back to Kamara. Kamara to Doumbia. Doumbia has been fouled by Thomas Partey. Referee says, this free kick, I will take.
Yes, I think we have to be very careful and cautious, because if we do more infringements, we give them the chance to, break and then assess their team and then know what to do. We have to push them far away
from our defensive area, and that's by even holding the ball. You don't score one and then you start to defend like a certain Kotoko against Kotoko. No, we need to put the Malians in their position. We need to let them know that in terms of quality, we have players who will be doing that. But if you look at what we are seeing, it's like we've scored one goal and we are rather comfortable. Whenever a player has the ball,
Kudus Mohamed on the break with Antoine Semenyo. Can he find Semenyo? Kudus has been dispossessed by Khalid Renchi. Renchi picks up the ball and he also lost possession. Now the Malians are back on the attack. Still, Ghanaians are sitting at the stadium. I don't want to use a particular word, but our way of supporting is not encouraging at all. Sometimes when you watch the Atlas Lions of Morocco, and the Moroccans, they always want to bring down the roof at the stadium. They make you feel that you are the sports stadium. The money is sent this one.
Okay.
And this one, there is nothing. Benjamin Asari calmly. But guys, I am going to put a very interesting stats out there. It will not augur well for a lot of Ghanaians. In our last 15 games, the Black Stars have conceded a goal after 65 minutes in 13 of our last 15 games.
Wow, I think that's a blockbuster start there. And it's looking at us, you know, it's actually glaring at us, because if you see the team defending and also the Malian national team, you know, pulling all their arsenals and trying to pull some strikes and pull some strings to get the equalizer, they might follow suit with the start that you just gave, because after 66 minutes and it looks like we have one goal and we are okay. I always say this, that the manager that we have is a manager who loves to sit back and then defend. So after getting a goal, he'll just go and then relax. So I think the Malians, if they are being clinical, they will have that equalizer they want. But with them trying to break the lines, we can also do something by putting players who are sharp, who have the quick feet, players who can dribble against this team. Ooh.
And there is it, Kudus Mohamed, Antoine Semenyo. Antoine Semenyo, where is Semenyo going? But Kudus couldn't make anything out of this one. He's falling on the ground. Referee says play must continue. Now the Malians will attack down the left-hand side of Ghana's right side of defense. Mali pressing forward. Dumbia to Sinayoko. Sinayoko to captain Alex Diak. Diak to Sinayoko, open the ball, but Kelly Renchi. Defensively, he's been good.
I think Kudus is still on the ground. I mean,
Kudus is still on the ground. But that tackle on Mohamed Kudus, the referee, needs to punish Mali's captain, Ali Dian, for that very reckless tackle on Kudus Mohamed. That is why Jordan Ayew is telling referee Buddy Roxilo that ball should have been a foul.
Well, I think they are bringing their own Osimhen. If you look at so those who are watching their screens know why I'm saying this.
It is over for Lassani Sinayoko. Mali is introducing Mustafa Zangari.
Wow, very giant in the ball keep striker.
Very giant.
Yeah. I think he will be a
carved in the mode of Romelu Lukaku. But he doesn't have the same pedigree as Romelu Lukaku. Let us put that one on record. They have the same stature,
but not the same pedigree.
But not the same pedigree in the game.
We hope he wouldn't be missing chances or even getting ball supplies, because the Black Stars are leading by a long goal at 68 minutes. We can start counting. We need to defend. We need to defend. I know there's one Ghanaian substitute at the touchline. I don't know whether he's a midfielder, even a defender, or a forward. Let's see who it will be who will be coming on for the Black Stars of Ghana.
Let's see who will be coming on for the Black Stars of Ghana. Elsewhere, Libya Libya Quentiono. Libya also in their Group A, are leading Eswatini by 2-0. And in Group B, it is very interesting, guys. I'll give you the dynamics in the group. Dumbia managed to win the corner. But guys, this is the interesting pairing also in Group D. Cape Verde, 7 games with 16 points. Cameroon, 7 games with 15 points. Libya, 8 games with 14 points.
Wow. Interesting. Very tight group. Very, very tight group. Widely open as well. Any of them could easily qualify.
I'm still putting my money on the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Tomorrow, they beat Cape Verde and they are on top of their group. But now, Ghana will have to defend the corner. Ghana will have to defend the corner. Corner defended very well, but it goes back to the Malians. Nene against Gideon Mensah again. Jordan Ayew is coming to support Gideon Mensah because we did not wrestle against flesh and blood. We are fighting against sugar daddies, scammers. And that's exactly what Jordan went to do for his brother Gideon Mensah, because he has seen that if you leave Gideon alone with Nene, it's going to be a mismatch.
With Gideon Mensah, he hardly goes forward. And then whenever he's back to, you clearly see that in terms of defending, he has some lapses over there. So I think, I thought that was going to be some run for, Mohamed Kudus. So Gideon Mensah will have to, upgrade. And this is where I have questions for Coach Otuado. If there are other
this is what we're asking for. I would have loved he introduced Joseph Pentil too.
Is Pentil part of
Pentil is on the bench.
Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. This
it would have been a brilliant substitution.
Semenyo was off.
Joseph Pentil.
And then Kudus up.
And then Kudus.
And then Jordan Ayew.
And Jordan alongside Kamaldeen Sulemana.
I think Kamaldeen Sulemana has the pace and also that dribbling ability.
But he doesn't have the cutting edge.
So
like
even
Joseph Pentil.
Even the end product.
And then the end product is the reason why I'm saying that introducing the two of them would have been great. Because that's one counter attack. Mali will think twice before the attack.
Kamaldeen will help in
without
taking
one finishing. He will need other players.
Yes, finishing. You need Pentil around the box.
Yes.
But let's see if Kamaldeen Sulemana can prove us wrong with his finishing. Gideon Mensah has escaped the nearly reckless tackle. I think that this should have been a foul.
But your player jumped. So the referee won't give you the benefits of that. You see, football in Africa, I always say, these are some of the issues why our players come down. They feel like there's no need to fight this.
Because elsewhere,
this might
because they
have a bookable offense.
You've already shown the intent.
Yes, we'll always send you a card. I think one thing that we have to comment the Black Star setup is that Kwasisibo and then Thomas Partey. You see, when you have two DMs of that sort, you have the other player who moves up front, running to spaces, and then the other one who sits back deep to shield the defense. But in this case, whenever Sibo goes up front, then Thomas Partey drops deep. And whenever Thomas Partey too drops deep, then Kwasisibo also moves up front. This shows that they have different profiles, but they can switch up and then control the midfield. For the Malian side, I think they've now seen that they have to, press more and then get some things there. You look at the Black Star shape, look at where the ball is, and then you find only 2 players in the yard of the Malian pitch. Why? Because we are defending our lone goal. In terms of defending, I think the best way to defend is to attack. The best way to defend is to attack. So if we want to win this game convincingly, or we just need a slide win, I said it earlier that the coach that we have, I don't know, with someone who has the CV from Borussia Dortmund, an academy, and what he loves is playing Italian calcio, defending more than attacking. Because you are playing against Mali with all the arsenals that we have, and we can say even our boisterous players today, we didn't see them much. Why? Because there's an instruction that they have to, defend.
Over 30,000 people live on our stream across various social media platforms, live on www.GhanaWeb.com, live on Facebook, live on X and on YouTube, GhanaWeb TV, 74 minutes. And let me put it out again. In our last 20 games, we've conceded a goal in 11 of our last 20 games after 75th minute.
It clearly tells you the lack of discipline in our defensive setup. I think this game, Jiku and Mohamed Salisu have been very brilliant, but whether they will be able to maintain that composure to the end of the game is another question that needs to be answered. Let me run you by the statistics so far. It has been a ding-dong affair in the second half. After 75 minutes, I think Ghana, you've had 46% of ball possession, that's against Mali's 54%. Shots, you have 6 for Ghana and then 5 for Mali. On target, we have 2 for Ghana and then 3 for Mali. They are obviously making some incursions, but unfortunately, they are not clinical enough to find the back of the net. Now, corner kicks, Ghana, we've had 5, and then Mali have 2 so far. Then free kicks, we have 11, and then Mali have recorded 7. Set pieces, we are still failing to make use or utilize our set pieces. Yes. Against Chad, we had, I think, over 15, 17 corner kicks. We were unable to make use of any of them. You know what Arsenal are doing at the moment. The game is evolving.
Even Chelsea this season.
Yeah.
People forgot that last season, at the latter stage of the season, they hired a set piece specialist.
Yeah.
And so far this season, they've scored how many goals for themselves? Is it 4 or 5?
Yeah.
So
they have 4.
Yeah. So.
And even another Premier League club last season in the EPL, he was the manager with the highest rated goals from set pieces. Thomas Frank for Brentford, and now even for Tottenham. Yeah. For Tottenham, so far after some few games, even against Paris Saint-Germain in the Super Cup final, they scored their 2 goals from set pieces.
Yeah.
He's working now with the same set piece coach he brought along from Brentford. So we need to improve. We have we talk about Konosiers and Black Stars managers. They follow the national team and they go there, they get per DMs and other stuff. Meanwhile, there are some essentials we need and we don't have to, improve our gameplay. We still don't have, but we have more managers, up to 27 following the national team.
All right, so one thing that we need to do, we've introduced Kamaldeen, but we have to be deliberate in creating 1v1 for Kamaldeen. There is a reason why when you are watching a Barcelona game, it is almost impossible that Lamine will get a ball and he's crowded. It is looking impossible that in Chelsea, anytime Esteban Willian gets the ball, he's always alone. So it is important to create 1v1s for your players. Now let's go to Europe and give you results from the ongoing FIFA World Cup qualifiers.
Sweden killers.
Belarus lost 2-0 to Scotland. Croatia leading Montenegro by 4-0. Faroe Island beating Gibraltar by a lone goal. Israel currently losing 5-4 to the Azuris of Italy. Switzerland beating Slovenia by 3-0. And Kosovo, 10-man Kosovo, are leading Sweden by 2-0 with 2 minutes to end the game. Investors are worried.
Yeah, investors are worried. If you look at Sweden and then they are odds and then they are losing against Kosovo. Yes. You check the rankings of Sweden and their coach and even the quality of that team. You see Sevensen, Lucas Berg, Guaycres, Elanga, and then Isak on the bench. And then you are losing to Kosovo.
And it could have been a dangerous one. Could have been a dangerous one from Nene. And this is where it gets dangerous. Again, Jordan Ayew is done for the day. Jordan Ayew is done for the day. Jordan and Kudus are done. Joseph Pentel is coming on alongside Inaki Williams. Are these the changes you guys were expecting. Jordan is not happy.
Me myself, I'm not happy with this.
No, but he's not having a good game.
No.
You see, I hate it when players get angry when they are taking off. And you see, it is okay. I think the changes were expected.
I think Jordan is not showing professionalism over there. We have to
and disrespect.
He's not showing professionalism.
Not only professionalism. He doesn't respect the coach.
He's also the captain.
No,
he's not even.
Because at Leicester City,
you won't do this.
He sometimes yanked off after the 50th minute. He will not dare do this.
I think he has been the main.
Another 2 changes for Mali. But let's talk about the 2 changes and the attitude of Jordan Ayew.
Right, the attitude, that's one thing I think he did not show respect to, not to the coach, but his
teammate.
Yeah.
And even Ghanaians.
That one is not good. But for the coach to have substitute him, I am not into any agreement with Coach Otoado because of his experience, the way he hold up play, and he has been winning some 1 or 2 fouls for us. So the game is not over yet. We have 10 solid minutes, important, and the records we were putting it out there shows that we always fumbles when it gets to this point. So you need some players like that. Joseph Pinto has always been and will always be a very good player, but in the national team, Inaki came up.
No, Inaki and Joseph. So he took Kudus and Jordan out.
And then Inaki and then Joseph.
Yes,
they need new energy.
Yes.
Let's see what they also come up with.
But you see, for me, it is the disrespect because as a captain. So what?
You don't do that.
You don't do that.
It is not even about a matter of captain or even a matter
your
of
performance.
The player coming on.
Yes.
Yeah. Even if you are bringing in a goalkeeper on, it is not your decision. You are not the right person to take such decision. You are a footballer.
No, but you see, one thing I don't
this
understand.
is not the first time. But the first time it happened, he lambasted against that situation. So he deserves what we are saying now. What he did clearly didn't show professionalism towards the coach.
Because we've seen a Black Stars that Steve Napier accepted to sit on the bench. Sule, I said they didn't complain.
No, but you see, at that time,
do you think that if it was Milo, if it was the first Milo, you would do this?
This shows how heavy your coach is.
Players no Jose Mourinho said that cannot. They've seen this from players.
Yes, but
from players who are not Jordan.
Oh, Jordan is there. All right, so Kamadi Sulemana is breaking away. Kamadi Sulemana is for the ball.
End product.
Inaki Williams is frustrated. All Kamadi Sulemana needed to do was to raise up his head.
Speed. There's a player running alongside. So you just lay the pass for that player.
And you can be in trouble.
It's part of what we are saying.
All Kamadi Sulemana needed to do. And that was some brilliant piece of skills from Thomas Partey. Fires Joseph Pinto. Goalkeeper Dia steps out. But all Kamadi Sulemana needed to do was raise up your head, and you will see Inaki Williams running.
Yeah.
I now know why he's now on the bench for Atalanta. Because he started the season and you come in as a new signing, and then Scalvini is starting ahead of you. Because still he lacks that productivity.
It's all about the end product.
His end product is always poor. Ghanaians, we've been praising. Come out in that he was one of the best speedsters at the Qatar World Cup. Even though he played less than 30 minutes. But he proved that no, he got the speed.
Gideon Mensah and Thomas Partey combined to foul Nene. For the first time in a long time, the captain was taken off, and the deputy captain took the captain's armband. Previously, the deputy also had his captain armband in his bag. So the captain will leave with his own armband, and the deputy will go for his own. Charlie, it's a mistake. No, even Pate and Pate and Dede. Yes,
they still do that.
They were doing it.
So each of them, like, they have their captains. Bank
Yes.
So when it's your turn,
it started with Dede and Asamoah, and then Dede.
Really?
Yes, because at the World Cup, anytime Dede goes out, Pate
goes with the captain.
Yes, he goes with the man, and then Pate will go for. But I can see Otuado is introducing a defender. Otuado is introducing a defender.
Come on, Dean, you could have killed this game.
Come on, Dean, Sulemana.
You know, Inaki space. Very pacey.
No, it was an easy decision. You raise up your head. Inaki Williams is clear. You give the ball to him. It is now between him and the goalkeeper.
I'm even sure he knew Inaki was making the run, but he just wanted to go and probably score.
And you see, I want, you know, as a team where we don't have a plan, as a team where we have a manager, and it looks like the players just go onto the field and they now want to fix the puzzle, they now want to create something out of nowhere. Then what's the essence of them training for days before a game? We want to see that communication. We have to at least see that professional. These are players who played in Europe. These are players who have been playing top-notch football in Europe. Why is that when it's time for the national team and it is I want? Look at what Jordan did. Look at that. A manager takes a decision and it looks like he needs to beg the players.
We will have to defend a free kick. A new player has been introduced. A free kick for the Eagles. They whipping the ball. And Benjamin Asari nearly committed a blunder. But Thomas Partey clears his line. Alexander Jiko has been taken off. And Gerald Opoku has been called to action. Benjamin Asari is down, holding his chest. What's the referee? What pin man komimu? All right. There was a foul. Sangari, the giant, clashed into Benjamin Asari.
But this Asari's punch.
But this is a ball that Asari could have easily handled. He's very lucky.
You don't punch
because
into your zone.
Because he punched the ball to hit Sangari's hand. But in the absence of VAR, if the linesman and the referee doesn't see, you are toast.
Yeah.
That ball had gone into the net.
Because as a goalkeeper, you are the leader of the 18-yard box. That's your territory. So when you come out and then you miss it on the ball, you don't expect anybody to wrap it up for you. So I think Benjamin Asari, I'm always looking at the bigger picture. We want to qualify for the World Cup. Imagine us qualifying to the Mundial and then we'll be facing a certain Croatia, and then they'll be giving us Andre Kramaric.
As for the
we will do it for Croatia.
In Spain,
Ghana will do it for
Chicky.
You are struggling against Mali, and you want to beat Croatia.
It took.
So okay, why are you saying Croatia? Is it quality?
No, because now they are top players. They've not been able to replace them. It took.
Okay, let's do this. Hope you know their manager is still available.
Yes.
Hope you know Zlatko Dalic is still.
Yes.
Can you compare your Otuado, even with World 11?
Football.
We have to accept these things with this manager.
But you don't rule us out entirely.
But I'm saying that this Black Stars team,
we can beat Croatia.
If we get Montenegro.
You said 6-0. Oh, but Montenegro, they say
you are not away from
Croatia.
Maybe Germany, we can match them.
Yes.
Germany, we can match them.
This national
Spain, France, Portugal, I think these are high-performing teams.
So,
by terms of Germany, Croatia.
So the Black Stars can beat Croatia. You are talking about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Let's all qualify and get there. Let's all qualify and get there.
I say it had to take Montenegro to take a red card before they were able.
So Croatia is qualifying to the World Cup, and you are struggling against Mali.
But Mali is a 20 times better team than Montenegro.
So when we went to the World Cup in Qatar, we saw our performance against South Korea.
All right, so that is Joseph Pinto. Joseph Pinto goes to Kamadi Sulemana.
Inaki raised the head.
I feel like Inaki Williams, if there were players, nobody. We have to look into that.
Joseph Pinto, that was a wrong pass. It should have gone to Inaki Williams because if you have a striker who is free and a winger who is free, you go to the striker.
He was even some meters away
from the box.
And this is Joseph Pinto. Inaki needs to do a
You have the legs. The pass, I think he had two options, Kamaldeen and Inaki. I think giving it to Kamaldeen wasn't bad. The blame should be at the doorstep of Kamaldeen. Poor finishing. End products we've been complaining about. There's been any improvement. And I don't think if he continues like this, then Atlanta by January or something, he might be on a move. Yeah.
They'll serve him off.
Sangari was looking for a penalty. Gideon Mensah is very lucky.
Sweden.
Investors are worried. Investors are worried.
Investors, they are worried.
Sweden, investing in football is difficult than I'm saying. Take it from me.
It's the reason why the other day I was telling a friend of mine. He said, "Oh, me, I don't bet. I said, but you are taking care of your girlfriend in school. It's the same risk
as betting.
It's the same risk. Even betting has a higher chance of with betting you have a higher chance of winning than paying for your girlfriend's school fees. That after school you are going to marry her.
Yeah, you don't know what will happen in the future. But for the football, you know it starts at 6 p.m. It ends at 8 p.m. You know your fate. I just tell people that at least we all can cash out, but we have to be psychological. You have to be strong and understand the rules of the game. I always advise people that you have to take a break. I've been taking breaks for the past 5 months. No bets. Today I decided to do some Swedish soup and Zlatans and then the Goikores, the Langers. Isaac, they decided to just, put me back in the bucket. I think I'll be going back to the break.
We've done 2 minutes of the additional time. This is where it gets tricky for the Black Stars.
Yeah.
And we all remember the game against Mozambique. I know you are saying, Richard Ofori, who told you to catch the ball?
Oh my God.
But this is Diakite inside the midfield. Mali. But goalkeeper number 1, Benjamin Asari calmly collects the ball, following in the footsteps of his forebearers, with the recent one being Sami Ajay.
I thought you were about to say Richard Ofori.
No, I'm talking about House of Hope.
The lineage from House.
So yes, the reason why I said it is forebearers.
Okay, I get it.
If I say Richard Ofori right now, people will ball. People will start commenting. Who told you to touch the ball?
That question. Question for the gods.
They're whipping the ball inside the 18-yard box. And that was a good sweep by Benjamin Asari. The follow back. Benjamin Asari. Benjamin Asari. Yeah. Hey!
Senior man.
Senior man is doing practice and antics. Benjamin Asari. What a story it has been. From Division 1, getting the opportunity to join Accra Great Olympics. After just a year, Olympics are relegated. House of Oak They weren't really on board, but in the final stages, they decided to sign Benjamin Asare, and now he is the Black Stars' #1 goalkeeper.
Yeah.
If there is one player that I want to see in the US, and that is Nene. Nene whipping the ball inside. Sangari, he couldn't get it. And the Malians are still not giving up hope. Thomas Partey, some level of calmness. Partey's ball goes back to goalkeeper Diarra. Goalkeeper Diarra. There seems to be some miscommunication, but I'll be coming to you guys. Who becomes your man of the match? Yes, think about it. I haven't really been impressed with the attacking contributions of Caleb Renchi, but he would definitely be my man of the match on the day. Joseph Pinto driving the ball forward. Joseph Pinto goes to Kamaldeen Sulemana. Kamaldeen slows up the tempo of the game. He's taking the ball back. Kamaldeen Sulemana had the option to send the ball forward, and Joseph Pinto has been caught behind the lines.
I think he has to check his position. Now you see they are putting their goalkeeper up front. He's coming now for all the long balls because they need an equalizer. So tempers are high and also the energy rates and everything.
Virtually the last kick of the game. The Malians wanted a free kick, but referee Badi Loslo, and that is Benjamin Asare.
Excellent.
Now winning bonus save.
And that is the end of 90 minutes of action.
Finally.
At the Accra Sports Stadium. Alexander Jiku gets the 3 points for the Black Stars of Ghana.
Top performance.
Caleb Renchi undoubtedly will be my man of the match. And that is Benjamin Asare kissing the Ghanaian badge. Ghana supporters, their numbers are amazing.
USA, we are coming.
And the Malians
Canada, we are
angry. What is wrong with their goalkeeper Diarra? Diarra, the Malians are saying the referee should have at least
they are complaining about the officials.
allowed additional minutes.
Yeah, since they were
because they believe that there were so many delays.
Yeah.
And the Malians are rushing the referee, Badi Losro. And even though they have a legitimate claim, I think the Malians are going about this the wrong way, because I agree with them, and that is national security operatives escorting the referees to their changing room. Charlie, everybody say, yeah, don't venture. Don't venture. When it comes to our national security operative and stadium protocol officers protecting the referees, Massa,
top notch.
Especially when we are winning. Especially when not we are winning. When we won the game.
Yeah.
So I agree with the Malians, because in the additional 6 minutes, Benjamin Asare delayed like close to 2 minutes. But still, the Ghanaians at the stadium, Accra Sports Stadium. So as it stands now, the Black Stars can qualify for the World Cup in Central African Republic in about 4 weeks from now. In about 4 weeks from now, if we had beaten Chad, a point in our final 2 games would have sealed our qualification.
That's true.
So after 90 minutes inside the Accra Sports Stadium, live commentary on GhanaWeb, www.ghanaweb.com, GhanaWeb TV on YouTube, at the GhanaWeb on Facebook, at the GhanaWeb on X. And with over 30,000 people watching us, Benjamin, give us the numbers in the game. Who is your man of the match?
I think from the beginning, at the initial stages of the game, Jiku made crucial interventions at the back. I think if it weren't for his interventions, we would have conceded earlier before we scored later on. I would opt for Jiku for his intervention at the back, and then how he was able to galvanize the players around him. You could see that there was leadership, unlike against Chad, that when it got to the dying embers of the game, you could see that they were a bit jittery. That's Celestine. Celestine had the ball.
Celestine
Kua, my favorite player. Celestine Kua had the ball, moved the ball, and they were all standing watching. But this one, you could see that when they are coming, they're always on the move. They're always on the move. And I think it was brilliant at the back. Mohamed Salisu also supported him very well. I think these two veteran defenders, in terms of the Black Stars, the experience that they've garnered really came to play. And yeah, I would go for Jiku for his excellent defending tonight.
After 90 minutes of action, the Black Stars winning by a lone goal. You go for a quick break and we see what is happening at the Accra Sports Stadium. When we return, we'll do the post-match analysis and probably player ratings, and then we'll call it a wrap. This is GhanaWeb TV Live. We'll be back with more.